Welcome back. And now let us talk about 4 make or break states. Now before I further go into the data, I am joined by my colleague Neha Khanna with me. And my guests are there, and Krishna is here to crack the numbers, as I said. We'll be joining with the spokesperson of the political parties. But for now, what are these states? The so-called power states. These are the states that will decide the bulk of seats for BJP in Lok Sabha. Bulk of seats. These states hold the key to Bharatiya Janata Party's return to power. It is not to say that other states don't matter, but these states matter slightly more, and that is why I call them make or break states. The first make or break state, obviously, is Uttar Pradesh. BJP's performance in 2014 and 2019 was spectacular. Now, the big news in this is, can Bharatiya Janata Party hold ground in UP? Or will Mandir deliver the state? So if Mandir cannot deliver the state, what will deliver the state to Bharatiya Janata Party? We can go into the nuance from bulldozer to Mandir at a later stage, or even administration. But let's look at the data. And data is very, very clear that Bharatiya Janata Party has swept both 2014 and 2019. So please quickly take me through the data so that people have an idea here on our screen.
Fair enough. Let's quickly take a look at 2014. To dial the clock back by a decade over there, and that was the beginning of the saffron wave, as we have it. This is 2019. Yeah, this is 2019 that we're talking about. 2019, 62 seats for the BJP. The BSP getting 10, Samajwadi Party getting 5, and the Congress reduced to just 1 seat in Uttar Pradesh. But if we just dial it back to 2014, the BJP won 71 seats in 2014, and the Samajwadi Party won 5, the Congress Party won 2. So, in a sense, the question is how much the BJP lost in between the two elections. And there you go. This is the 2014 number we're talking about.
This gives a fair idea.
Yeah.
This really gives an idea. What happened in 2014?
This is 2014, 71 seats for the BJP and just about 2 for the Congress Party. If you just take it to 2019 over here, the BJP is still continuing to sweep. There's no doubt about that, but just 62 seats. In fact, the BJP lost 9 seats in the last elections as compared to the 2014 numbers.
So Neha, do you think that BJP is going to perform better than the last time or hold on to seats they have?
Honestly, while it's very difficult for me to stick my neck out, Kartikeya, but I have to say that it looks difficult that it is going to better its tally in Uttar Pradesh. As Krishna mentioned, it already lost 9 seats between 2014 and 2019. Of course, in 2014, many had said that this was saturation point. I mean, it is as big as it gets. However, the kind of reports that have emerged in recent days, and I would love to put this question to our guests, Jayanto and Ajit are with us here. Ajit, if I could ask you this question, would it be correct to say that perhaps the 2 big factors the BJP is counting on as far as Uttar Pradesh is concerned, and this is an old saying that I've been hearing while I was growing up, you win Uttar Pradesh, you choose the next Prime Minister. It's another matter that the BJP has, had a massive sweep throughout the country in the last 2 elections, but specifically looking at UP. It's welfare schemes, the vote base of Labhartis, especially women who've benefited from those welfare schemes. And of course, the BJP would be hoping that it can leverage, the construction of Ram Mandir, which was on its agenda for a long time. It has been a huge political issue in this country. But then a lot of opinion polls seem to suggest that Ram Mandir, while of course it is something that resonates with voters, the Hindu voters, is it really likely to add to the BJP's
Can I
tally
stop
that
you for
much?
a minute, Neha?
Yes,
because our reporter has broken a news. And I think we really need to take it on board. These are the numbers he has given. That it is actually the calculation of the India Alliance as to where they are getting the seat. So, that's a calculation. They are saying in Uttar Pradesh, they are going to get 40. Rajasthan, they are going to get 7. Maharashtra, they are going to get 24. Bihar, they are going to get 22. Tamil Nadu, they are going to get 40. Kerala, 20. Bengal, 24. Punjab, 13. Chandigarh, 1. These are the India Alliance numbers.
But Tamil Nadu only has 39 seats. How will they get 40?
With
No, Uttar
Puducherry.
Pradesh.
Uttar Pradesh.
Uttar
No,
Pradesh.
Tamil Nadu, how much?
Actually, I think there's an error here, Kartikeya, because Tamil Nadu, it does say 40, but I think there's an error
is
here.
39.
Plus Puducherry.
Arre, it is 39
Plus
plus
Puducherry.
Puducherry.
Plus
39
Puducherry.
plus 1.
Okay.
Karnataka 15 to 16, Haryana 7, Madhya Pradesh 7, Jharkhand 10, Chhattisgarh 5, Delhi 4. Ajit.
No, absolutely unlikely.
Too optimistic.
And let me answer the question that she asked.
You're dismissing it.
Sorry?
You're dismissing it.
Yes, absolutely.
Too optimistic.
Jayanta?
Before you ended the question, he had dismissed it.
I thought you said the India bloc.
I
Right.
think it's a bit too high that way.
Bit too high.
A bit too high.
What
yeah,
is high?
Yeah. The breakups as well as it's like they're sweeping.
Yeah, they're saying over 295.
No, they're not sweeping. Let us give them benefit of. They're not sweeping. They're saying 295 to India Alliance. That's being modest.
Okay, Kartikeya, it's being modest.
It's an India Alliance. It's not Congress.
Kartikeya,
Krishna?
if that is modesty, then well.
Okay.
Huh? Krishna?
I'm
No,
still
yeah.
going to go with that same term, wishful thinking.
Okay, wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking at this stage. We're just like moments away from the final exit polls. And the exit polls, I believe, will tell a very different story to the story the India bloc is trying to tell at this point in time.
Okay. Dr. Verma, are
I
you there
don't
with
think
me?
anybody is buying these numbers, Kartikeya, frankly.
Dr. Verma?
I'm there.
So, comments on what our reporter has broken. This is how India Alliance have given the breakup. Obviously, he must have spoken to people. आप कैसे लेके आए इतने numbers? तो numbers मिले होंगे, दिए होंगे, खोजे होंगे, पर हमारे reporter ने दिए. That's authentic reportage.
So what's the question?
So the
What's your
question is it overestimating itself, close to estimation, or completely way off the mark?
No,
correct.
Kartikeya, I think we have to wait till 4th of June to take a judgment and call on that. But because we are not astrologers and we are just, analysts here sitting and trying to analyze. And what the reporter has said, we don't doubt the veracity of his reports. But at the same time, as I have already told you, that there is a tendency in each and every competitor to inflate the figures that they are likely to get. Because they do not have any logic of the figures. I'm interested in the logic. We are academicians. We are always interested in the logic, not the ultimate output, which number it can be 300. Like Akhilesh Yadav in UP said, we are getting 79 out of 80.
Okay.
Or in the assembly election, he said Samajwadi will get a number.
Okay.
So they are wild guessworks, and I don't believe all these reports. Our serious studies, if they say, like one day you were debating about, Yogen and Prashant. So these are serious people. They must have given certain serious thoughts to those numbers. And even then I disagreed with the numbers that they were displaying. So I am not into the numbers game. We are into the vote share.
Okay, you are into the vote share game. Let me introduce our new guest, Charu Pragya, spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party, Shyamar Prasad Meka, spokesperson Congress, and Chirag Sethi, spokesperson Aam Aadmi Party. Let me begin with Shyamar Prasad Meka. 295, and you guys, our reporters have given us a sort of a inside scoop that this is how the breakup is, and our panelists do not agree. Do you think that this, you guys will meet the 295 mark, Mr. Meka?
Yeah, see, this is not just a guessing just some random numbers, right? We have our inputs from the ground, and also the way the campaign has run, the issues that we took to the people, and we believe people voted on the agenda that we put in front of them rather than the agenda BJP drove throughout the campaign. So 295, why people are surprised when some other parties were just saying 400 par, people were not surprised. And I don't know, 295 is a very modest and realistic estimate that came out from our side. Right? What is wrong in it? I don't know. So, and the statewide breakup also, if I have to believe your sources, probably, yeah, a couple of states here and there, but otherwise more or less, I think that's what my
Very interesting. Shyam Prasad
inputs
Meka
are
said, Well, we're being modest. Just 295. That's all we're asking for. We're not asking for much. But of course, we are going to form the government. We're going to oust the BJP-led NDA government. Charu Pragya of the BJP is with us. Charu, amused are you to hear those numbers that are being put out by the India Alliance leaders? Mallikarjun Kharge announced at a press conference a short while ago that the India Alliance is going to romp home with 295 seats. And interestingly, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal added that the BJP's numbers will hover somewhere around 220. What do you make of those predictions?
Neha, good evening. And it's very few days left for us to have the real numbers in hand. But I'll tell you what the real exit poll is. The real exit poll is India Alliance deciding first to not send their representatives on any debate. The real exit poll is the expression of the leaders when they sat in for that really long meeting this afternoon. That's the real exit poll. And none of those faces showed any kind of confidence at all.
Just one update, Charu. Sorry to interrupt you, but the India Alliance has changed its mind after that meeting.
Yes, they are back on debates. I know that. I know that, and I think better
now
sense
they are participating in the debates. Yes,
better sense has prevailed, but their expressions speak for themselves, Neha. Those expressions are a dead giveaway, and they know what to expect in the next couple of days. Another thing is, Akhilesh Yadav ji in Uttar Pradesh yesterday was talking about winning 35 seats for India Alliance. Today he's got it down to 25 seats. By the time tomorrow rolls around, I'm expecting it to be 15 seats. And on 4th, the actual day, he's going to get 0 seats for the whole alliance. I'm not talking of merely Samajwadi Party. The fact is that the Modi magic is working. It has actually beaten any concept of anti-incumbency that has ever existed. Modi ji is going to come back to power with the government, 3rd time in a row, with more of a vote share. And I think that is the magic of delivering on your promise. That is the magic of ensuring that you have a vision when you start out with. You bring that vision to life on ground, and that is how you win the trust of the people, which translates to votes.
Okay, fair enough. I'm also joined by Chirag Sethi, spokesperson Aam Aadmi Party. So when I look at these numbers, you say that you will win 4 seats, at least 4 seats in Delhi, and you are sweeping Punjab.
Yes.
So is Aam Aadmi Party really sweeping Punjab? I mean, to say numbers, I mean, this is really added twist to the reportage 15 minutes before the exit polls data are out, that you have given the numbers to the reporters who were there to cover it. And the data says that, the data that has been given is that Punjab and Delhi, you are getting 4 seats out of 7. And
Punjab 13 out of 13.
13 out of 13.
Sumit, the mahal on the ground is very different. Like the BJP spokesperson is not updated what the India Alliance is doing. Like the PM is saying everything about what will happen if India Alliance comes to power. Tumhara bhais le jaye, Mangal Sutra le jayenge. So those expressions were proof enough that BJP knows that they are losing. Even their internal surveys are saying that seats are going down. So now the 400 par becomes a jumla. Even the 300 par is becoming a jumla now. And our CM clearly mentioned that the NDA Alliance will get about 220 seats. And why we are saying 295? Because we have been working on the ground, whether it's Delhi, whether it's Punjab, whether it's all the other states where we are contesting the elections. We did not come and fudge numbers like the BJP said they will cross 400, and now they're saying struggling to get 300. No, we have said 295 as India Alliance because when we went to the ground, people are fed up of this kind of politics, what the PM is doing. Kind of words that he has used, आपका मंगल सूत्र ले जाएंगे, आपकी भैंस खोल के ले जाएंगे, आपके घर से टोटी चुरा के ले जाएंगे. Is this the language you expect from the Prime Minister who is winning the 3rd term, who is promising that I will get 400 seats out of 543, and this is the kind of language that he is using for the people. This is the kind of language that he is using for the opposition. So their fear is very clear. People now know this, that if we vote for this person, he has not delivered anything in the last 10 years. He's not going to deliver for the next 5 years. So now the vote has shifted to the India Alliance. Your channel or some other channels have also shown that.
Strong views. On this, I think I must allow Charu Pragya to respond to it. On this, I must allow Charu Pragya to respond to it. Charu.
So when the India Alliance, the Indie non-alliance, they talk about vote share, etc., let me remind them the way vote share has gone even in 2019. Over 200 seats that BJP won with a vote share of over 50%. This time our estimate over 50%. The mandate of the people is very clear. And all you have to do, if you're talking about going to the ground, we have our ears to the ground. All you have is go to the ground and listen to the way people are talking, how the elderly are talking, how the women are talking, how the children are talking. And all of that reflects only one thing. All the fake promises of your past have come undone now, because here a government has shown that 10 years of dedicated hard work can transform, and it can transform the country. We've seen it happen. People are getting good ilaj in an aspatal for free, Jal Se Nal, Ujjwala ke connections. We are getting portion for the women who are pregnant. Any aspect that you talk about when it comes to education, the universities, the medical colleges, roads are reaching every single village, cemented good roads, electrification has finally happened. And these things you cannot make. And I'm not talking.
Then can I just come in for a moment, Charu? My job as a journalist is to play the devil's advocate. I just want to put to you what Chirag said a while ago. He says, if you are so confident of winning a third decisive mandate with a thumping majority, why should you be talking about Hindu, Muslim, Mandir, Masjid, Mangal Sutra, Mujra and meditation? These are the M's that the Congress says that Prime Minister Modi and the BJP have chosen to focus on in this election. If you are so confident about your developmental agenda, about your welfare schemes, then why this pitch, which has been seen by many as being divisive and polarizing?
That's the agenda and the narrative, Neha, that the opposition wants to float. But if you carefully listen into the speeches of not just our Honorable Prime Minister, but also other senior leaders of the party, we are talking about roads, we are talking about bridges, we are talking about electrification and education, we are talking about the young dividend this country has, we are talking about creating Viksit Bharat day in and day out. That is what we are discussing. But if there is going to be a statement which talks about wealth distribution, but if there is going to be a statement which says that Ram Mandir was not even required and we are going to boycott the ceremony, if there is going to be a statement when a leader of the Congress says those who live in South India are Africans, aren't we even allowed to comment on it? And our comment, according to them, becomes the narrative we are setting? Absolutely not. We don't need to do all of that. We are working hard on the ground. Our Honorable Prime Minister has done over 200 rallies, which means over 200 speeches. All anybody has to do is tune in and listen to him.
Okay, you're saying you're confident about your development agenda. The opposition, of course, has been critical of a lot of things that have been said by the BJP leaders in this campaign. Before we continue this discussion with our panelists, let's listen in to what Sitaram Yechury, CPM leader, told us a short while ago.
सर 295 का आंकड़ा आप लोग दे रहे हैं, कहाँ से आया?
ये आया हमारे घटक पार्टियों से। उन सबको यही निर्णय था इंडिया गठबंधन का कि इतने बड़े बड़े लंबे चौड़े क्लेम जो कर रहे हैं बीजेपी 400 पार वगैरह वगैरह, वास्तविकता क्या है? आप भी एक पीपल्स पोल करवाइए अपने अपने स्टेटों में, और जैसे जैसे चुनाव वोट पड़ता है उसी तरीके से वो पीपल्स पोल भी करवाइए और उसके नतीजे बताइए। वो नतीजे लेके आए आज सभी, और उन नतीजों के आधार पर टीवी चैनलों में चल रहा है सरकारी एग्जिट पोल, तो यहाँ पर जो है पीपल्स एग्जिट पोल का नतीजा है, और उसके अंदर मिनिमम 295 जो है इंडिया गठबंधन को मिल रही है।
तो चुनाव आयोग आप लोग जाने वाले हैं कल, क्या मुद्दे लेकर के जा रहे हैं? अहम मुद्दे क्या हैं?
अहम मुद्दे ये है कि काउंटिंग के बारे में जो भी हमारे पास जो शंकाएँ हैं, डाउट्स है, उन तो क्लैरिफाई करवाने जा रहे हैं, और वो इश्यूज हमने शॉर्टलिस्ट किया और पहले उनके साथ जाके मिलेंगे। कल टाइम मांगा गया, उम्मीद कर रहे हैं कि चुनाव आयोग टाइम देगी, उनसे मिलेंगे। हम चाहेंगे कि निष्पक्ष चुनाव का मतलब निष्पक्ष काउंटिंग भी होनी चाहिए।
सर जिस तरीके से आप लोग कह रहे हैं कि 295 आपके आ रहे हैं, तो प्रधानमंत्री कौन बनेगा, इसके लिए कोई डिस्कशन हुआ क्या?
अभी नहीं, वो आ जाने दो रिजल्ट्स, उसके बाद ही होगा।
कोई दिक्कत तो नहीं आएगी?
बिल्कुल नहीं, ना कभी आई। 2004 में आई, आप ही तो, तब तो आप भी थे पत्रकार, आप तो हमसे पूछ रहे थे वाजपेयी साहब का विकल्प कौन आया ना, विकल्प 10 साल चला ना विकल्प, आप घबराओ मत, वो आएगा विकल्प, वो चलेगा।
Sitaram Yechury saying that this is the 2004 movement. Well, 2004, a lot of pollsters got the data wrong, and Manmohan Singh went on to become the Prime Minister. He ran a successful government for 10 years, perfect. But then you had a left party with a vote base, governments in 3 states, and number which was 71 in Lok Sabha. And then you had Mulayam Singh Yadav, Neha, in Uttar Pradesh with 44 seats, adding like a support structure to the entire UPA gig. And then you had 39 or 38 MPs from United Andhra Pradesh out of 42 helping Congress party, and you had 11 MPs from Uttar Pradesh for Congress, and you had 7 MPs from Gujarat, and in Uttar Pradesh in 2009 they went up to 22 MPs. So if Congress was at 147, they had an entire support structure, and in 2009 they had 206 seats at Lok Sabha. So Mr. Mecca, when Sitaram Yechury says it's the 2004 movement, I think there is a difference. You had a larger catchment area, you had no Aam Aadmi Party, you were supreme in Delhi, Punjab, Haryana and other states, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, you had united Andhra under your belt, you had a defeated Shiva Sena in Maharashtra. So much of water has flown under the bridge. And you had governments in most of the states in Northeast. How can I forget that? Mr. Mecca.
No, simple thing. First thing is, we need to come out of the campaign rhetoric and campaign. See, there's nothing that's going to change now. We just need to be rational and analyze. Okay, let me look at it. Most of the people are talking about 2004, 1977, all these things. But I would also draw a parallel to 1989 election. Because from 84, Congress has a lot of huge majorities even in that election. But everything evaporated in 1989, isn't it? Why can't that happen now? See, the people, various sections of the people, that's the way I am looking at it, right? See, farmers are unhappy. Youngsters are unhappy with the joblessness and paper leaks and also the Agniveer scheme. Youth are unhappy. Farmers are unhappy. Because of the Manipur issue, women are more insecure. And also the wrestlers issue, right? So which section is very happy with the current regime? Not much. But earlier it used to be, what is the alternative? This time the India Alliance is able to put forward an alternative vision for the country, how we are going to solve exactly these problems and how. We were able to bring that to the campaign. We have a meaningful, actionable and a manifesto which can hold us accountable.
Okay.
We think we put a good proposal before the people of the country, while BJP is always borrowing and trying to respond to our narrative. In Karnataka, we say guarantees. Now Narendra Modi comes and says, sir, Modi ka guarantee. Okay. Now then we give our manifesto. He talks about some irrelevant slim league, right? So they are on the defense. We are leading the narrative, and the BJP is actually responding to our narrative. That's the ground reality, and we can see that if you wear your analyst hat for a moment.
Okay, I slightly disagree with Mr. Mecca. Do you still, is the example of 1990 election of VP Singh against Rajiv Gandhi correct for comparing 2024 election? Is that comparison right, Ajit?
No, not at all. Because you see, what is the big difference? One big difference is VP Singh at that point was the moral voice of the nation in a way, right? He was attacking Rajiv Gandhi on the issue of corruption in a massive manner. The entire media was highlighting, and they had made VP Singh into a hero. It's almost like the role that Anna was playing, for example, let's say in 2014. So I would say not. You see, India Alliance doesn't look like a moral voice. What does it look like? It looked like power centers in different states coming together purely for the sake of power. There doesn't seem much of a connectivity other than the fact that when Rahul Gandhi started this Mandal caste survey mission, then it seemed as if that was gluing them at least versus Commander, right?
You know, one has to agree with Ajit. Jayanto, if I could put this question to you. Mr. Meka says, we have a very strong counter narrative. Look at our manifesto. We have these Nyaya guarantees, so on and so forth. But you know, a lot of critics have been pointing out that number one, the opposition has really failed to come up with a compelling enough narrative that can mount a significant challenge to the Modi-led NDA government. After all, it is brand Modi that you're up against. Number two, do you believe the absence of a PM face could hurt the India Alliance? They keep reminding us of 2004, but this is 2024. There was no Narendra Modi back then. Of course, there was Atal Bihari Vajpayee, but a lot has changed. And then point number three is, also the intra-alliance friendly fire that we've seen in this election. Punjab, West Bengal, Kerala, major states where you had members of the India Alliance fighting against each other. What message does that send out to the electorate?
Maybe that's how they are saying that Punjab, they will get all the seats, half to Aam Aadmi Party, half to Congress. but
you know, there is also, I must add, there is also a method in madness. I spoke to a couple of people in Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress also. They felt that, if there is an alliance, then it will be Aam Aadmi Party and Congress versus BJP. That was the argument that they had given. So he said, why would we want that? Because once you create that, the BJP obviously is in single digit. It goes up, and and Akali Dal is completely marginalized. Its Panthik politics is in shambles in Punjab. It's in
but the question is, Kartike, why would you want the anti-BJP vote to get split? And that isn't that likely to happen in the three states where they're fighting a bitter battle against each other?
See, I see Punjab and Delhi are behaving slightly differently. In Delhi, what is happening is that both the political parties are fighting together because there is no option. I wish I had the data right now. Out of 7 seats, in 5 seats, BJP polled more than 52% votes. In 2 seats in Delhi, BJP polled 63% votes. Now, that is not the case in Punjab. In Punjab, what has happened is that it's one state which is the maximum Dalit population. And that entire Malwa region, not the Manja and the Duaba, entire Malwa region shifted to Aam Aadmi Party. BJP was aligned with Shiromani Akali Dal. They broke ranks with them during farm agitation. So they don't, Shiromani Akali Dal is marginalized within the Panthik setup, completely marginalized within the Panthik setup. And see, SAD is also like mimics the dynastic matrix of Indian politics.
Yes.
Unke parivar mein kaun hai? You have the Badal family and Caro family, the former chief minister of I think Badal's Sukhbir's sister is married to the Caro family, and that's where some I think issue has happened because Majithia, who is brother-in-law of Sukhbir Badal, has actually taken control of the entire party. So it's a complex thing. The point I'm trying to make is that they had to come together in Delhi. There was no option. Even if they are together, if you count the vote, it's 42-43%. In Punjab, they can still have a fight and keep BJP at margin. BJP is below single digit. Okay. So there is no.
But then there is also West Bengal and there is also Kerala.
West Bengal, if you ask me,
Trinamool and the Congress at each other's throats in West Bengal.
My assessment is West Bengal, Bharatiya Janata Party is strong because 2 fundamental mistakes were made by 2 Congress units in East India. They became the B team. The joke in late 90s and early 2000 was that the Congress is the B team of the left party. And similarly, the joke in Odisha was that they have become a B team of Naveen Babu's party. No structure tolerates vacuum. And it is in this vacuum Bharatiya Janata Party has come. This vacuum is very, very, I would say, was waiting to be filled. If Charu is there with me, Charu, are you there with me?
Yes.
If Charu, if you are there with me, I'm just taking this conversation to West Bengal. How confident are you of West Bengal numbers? Are you going to cross your tally this time?
Yes, we're going to much better our tally. In fact, my approximation would be around 30 seats in West Bengal.
30 seats?
Yeah, I'm telling you the reason also. What has been
confident.
happening in West Bengal is this widespread use of violence, and that widespread use of violence cannot be kept under wraps anymore. It happened during assembly elections. It's happened right now during Lok Sabha elections, and I think the kind of magnifying glass that we have put on that has brought light to the fact that here is a government which does not want the welfare of the people. Here is a government which actually does not believe in democracy. This is not democracy, that you beat up somebody who has an ideology different from yours, or you do not allow a leader to enter a place just because you think him coming is going to turn around a vote share. What happened in Sandesh Khali has been huge, and that has unearthed scam after scam of a similar kind. This exploitation sexually of women, and women have been used like spoils of war in West Bengal for far too long.
Sorry, I'm stopping.
And these reasons all add up. Can I also very quickly respond to what Mr. Meka was?
Okay.
He was talking about manifestos. He was talking about how their own manifesto has been compared to Muslim League, etc., etc. Old narrative. I don't even want to go there. Let's discuss the fact that the INDI Alliance.
Can I just put out numbers now? Charu, can I just put out the numbers? Speak on them. My first numbers have come. Charu, can I just put them on, please, please, please? Let me put the first number. First number. Now, I think in next 30 seconds, the numbers will be there. So this is Tamil Nadu. BJP 2, OPS 1, PMK 1, Congress 8, DMK 21, CPI 2, CPM 2, MDMK 1 and VCK 1. So in Tamil Nadu,
India Alliance.
India Alliance is doing well. So 21 plus 8 is 29,
31,
and 31, 32, 33, 34. But BJP is getting 2 seats. BJP is getting 2 seats. 2 minutes to each spokesperson.
So not wiped out.
Not wiped out. 2 minutes to each spokesperson. Then I'll introduce my guest. Pardon me?
OPS 1 seat.
And OPS 1 seat. Yes. Charu, your response, your thought on this. 2 minutes. Then I'll go to Mr. Meka and Aam Aadmi Party.
I think we're going to perform better than what the exit polls are showing, because as per the INDI non-alliance analytics, BJP should have been wiped out. But that's not the case. And the fact is that in Tamil Nadu, we are steadily, though slowly, growing. So whether it is Tamil Nadu, whether it is Telangana or any other state which traditionally has not been a BJP state for a very long time, our vote share is growing. Telangana, it doubled. Tamil Nadu, I'm very confident we're going to hit a number which is higher than what you're projecting right now.
Okay. Mr. Meka?
Okay, we seem to be having a bit of a connectivity issue. Kartikeya, if we can just spend some time on these numbers over here. Even this 3 seats is a highly, positive outlook for the BJP or the NDA combined. I mean, bear in mind, you are still looking at a possibility that even this might not be garnered. But what can happen for the BJP and the NDA combined is the increase in the vote share percentage. If they can go from the 2 to 3 odd percent, single digit, to a double digit. And, if you ask the BJP in Tamil Nadu, their most positive, optimistic outlook would be around 20% vote share. But this exit poll, our TV9 network exit poll, is giving a fairly positive outlook for the BJP in Tamil Nadu. That's 2 for the BJP and 1 for the OPS.
Okay. Dr. Verma, lot of mehnat, lot of effort was made by Prime Minister. I think the time he spent, the yatras, the messaging, everything he has done. Do you think this is an okay result, or would you wait for the vote share?
No, Kartikeya, I think it's showing up the hard work that the BJP has done in the south, and the Kashi Tamil Samagam and so many things that he has been doing. It's showing up, and I think that Tamil Nadu is going to be the second window of BJP in south for 3 reasons. Tamil Nadu, because from north we are not very familiar with that. But 3 reasons look to me very bright for the BJP for the future prospects. One is the bringing of Annamalai. Second is that Annamalai has the potential of communicating BJP's ideology in the local language. And what feat he has achieved is that in spite of the fact that it was a parliamentary election, he travelled all the assembly constituencies, covered all the assembly constituencies, and that was a huge success. The second very important thing is that for the first time, the BJP has come up, structured an alliance of 9 marginal parties. Of course, PMK is not so marginalized. and that's an important party. So coming up and structuring an alliance with 9 small peripheral marginal parties in itself sends a psychological message to the electorate by and large. And third is that most of the AIADMK supporters happen to be nationalists, in a sense. And with the decline of the AIADMK,
why would you use the word nationalist, Dr. Sharma? Other political parties and their leaders are also nationalists, but with various shades.
Vis-a-vis the Dravidian, I'm talking in the Dravidian sense, that the Dravidian is local focus, and the AIADMK was perceived in this side, in the north, as slightly liberal in that sense of the term. So with the decline of the AIADMK, there is a perception that some of the people from the AIADMK might actually shift to the BJP.
Is Nirmal Ibrahim with us? Is Nirmal Ibrahim with us? Okay, Nirmal Ibrahim is not with us. Let me go across to Chirag Sethi. He has been waiting. Chirag, what do you make of Tamil Nadu results? Satisfied?
Karthik, this is what we have been trying to say since the beginning. When they said 400 par, we said in the south they are not getting any seats. So the results are pretty much.
Don't get excited. I know I'm going to. Don't get too excited, boss. Data bhi baki hai. Picture abhi baki hai.
Bilkul. But I'm just telling you, in the north they already had a lot of seats. If they wanted to get to that number, they need to have more seats in the south, which is not coming. Which we were saying that this 400 par is a jumla. Now the PM, it's very tough for him to get re-elected for the third time. The data is coming and I'm here. We'll be answering your questions, not to worry. But I'm just telling you the data, what we were saying, that in the south they have no presence, and this is what's shown in the data. In your data, it's the TV9 data, which is showing the same thing, that BJP is not getting any seats. Even the Prime Minister's spending significant amount of time in the south, they have failed miserably. They failed miserably in the south again, in Tamil Nadu at least.
Okay, Krishna, you want to say something?
Yeah, the one thing that this exit poll, the TV9 exit poll is also showing, is that in this entire list, there is one party that's missing.
AIADMK.
It is called the AIADMK or the ADMK, and that is a huge surprise coming in over here.
Just
the exit poll.
Yes.
They've even given, this exit poll says is one seat for OPS, which is sort of a breakaway ADMK, if I may, still fighting for the control of the party, not getting it, unfortunately. But this is a big result for the ADMK.
Party in this?
The question is that, is it the end of the ADMK? Because this spells huge trouble for the ADMK in the upcoming state assembly elections.
So my question to you, Krishna, is, you explain it to our viewers. What's gone wrong within ADMK, a party which was so powerful, doing much better than DMK? Karnanidhi and Stalin looked jaded, and suddenly you have party in splinter. Why has that happened?
One simple answer is that ADMK, from the time it was instituted, from the time it came about, it was always about one personality. The man who came up with the party and established it and won elections, left again and again and again until he passed away, was MGR. It was one person, one personality driven party, and he was replaced by Jayalalitha. The problem post Jayalalitha is that there is not that one person. Mr. EPS is yet to keep the party together as one party. He's not able to bring in OPS into the fold. And here you have a situation where the BJP is making inroads. So those who are disenchanted with the DMK are thinking, I don't necessarily have to go with the ADMK. Probably there's a third, front. There's another party that I can vote for. So the ADMK right now leads that charismatic, iconic leader, which is going to keep the party grounded. Otherwise, it's going to fly away. And you're going to see
a Lok Sabha election.
Okay.
Yes. So since Jayalalitha's death, clearly they have suffered a major jolt, and you are saying that they lack of faith at the moment, amongst other things. Let me go across to Ram Pratap Singh, spokesperson for the Samajwadi Party, who joins us now. Mr. Singh, numbers have come in. Our exit poll numbers have come in for the state of Tamil Nadu. That's what we're going to talk about at the moment. It projects that the India Alliance is set to win 34 seats. Okay, we also have the Kerala numbers coming up. So Tamil Nadu we've discussed. India Alliance 34, BJP plus 3. Let's now look at the Kerala numbers. Karthikeya, Congress 13, CPM 2, CPI 1, BJP opening its account. Very significant. IUML 2, KEC 1. So even though the Congress looks like it is set to sweep Kerala, but I think this will be seen as good news for the BJP, which may finally be able to open its account in Kerala.
BJP had numbers in double digits. They had no seats last time around. one has to see how much vote the Congress party is getting. If I am correct, Congress got 37.5% votes in 2019 Lok Sabha election. So whether the vote has gone up or not. And secondly, this performance of Congress is important not in just context of numbers. Like BJP needs to consolidate itself in UP. In this catchment area, it is very imperative for the Congress party, imperative for them to consolidate, because there are no-go areas today, which was not the case 10 years ago. And though no-go areas are like Gujarat, no seat in 2 elections, Rajasthan, problematic, Madhya Pradesh, problematic, Uttar Pradesh, problematic, Haryana, it has become intensely problematic for them. So that is why it's very, very important for them to do well in states like these. Isn't it, Ajit?
Absolutely. You know, the interesting question is, which seat is this of Kerala that BJP is winning? Is this Rajiv Chandrasekhar? Because then it will
he would have to be a giant killer.
Tharoor, right?
I was going to say that. Then he would have to be a giant killer.
I suspect that. And the other point that you made very well, you said in Kerala, the BJP had the percentage vote, not the seats, right? In Tamil Nadu, I lay a bet with 2 seats and Paneerselvam, they at least, you cannot win 2 seats without a minimum of 10 to 12% vote.
And here is the surprise over here. You're talking about between Kerala and Tamil Nadu, BJP winning 1 seat in Kerala and 3 in Tamil Nadu, 4 in Tamil Nadu.
Oh, this is the name, Suresh Gopi. Okay. It is not Shashi Tharoor. It is Suresh movie star. It is okay. Take us through the movie star, Krishna. Right. Who is Suresh Gopi?
Suresh Gopi, okay, the Malayalam movie industry has always been about 2 people. One is Mohanlal, always been a strong face, not the biggest actor in Kerala by a long stretch of imagination, but has been a consistent performer over the last 2-3 decades. His joining the BJP was in fact big news in Kerala. How is that possible? Because neither Mammootty nor Mohanlal, step into the political arena over there. It's not Tamil Nadu, right? They're neighboring to each other, so but they don't do politics.
Rajiv Chandrasekhar is losing. If Rajiv Chandrasekhar is losing, why is Shashi Tharoor winning?
Why is Shashi Tharoor winning is a question that we'll know on the 4th of June. But the answer here is that if there is a new candidate like from the BJP, like Suresh Gopi winning, that is a big shot in the arm for the BJP to start with. But as far as the Congress party is concerned, you're fielding a guy like Shashi Tharoor who has spent very little time growing up in Kerala, but has always been a face when it for the Congress party.
But come to think of it, Kartikeya, Shashi Tharoor will tell you he has a track record.
Yeah.
If you go and talk to the voters in his constituency, the man, every time he gave an interview during the election campaign, he said, I'm 100% confident of winning a 3rd straight term because I have worked, I have my track record to speak for me. They have parachuted this guy, Rajiv Chandrasekhar. Many, in fact, let's be honest, also saw him as a sacrificial lamb, fielded by the BJP
the only
against
interesting
a
part is that we're talking
like
about
Shashi Tharoor.
Shashi Tharoor, despite being a Malayali, speaks very little Malayalam in the first place.
This is,
okay.
Ram Prasad Singh.
Yes, we need to, Kartikeya, go across to Mr. Ram Prasad Singh, who's been waiting patiently. Mr. Singh, sorry, I had to interrupt you there because we had numbers coming in for Kerala. So far, we have our exit poll numbers for Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and at least as far as these 2 southern states are concerned, it certainly seems to be encouraging news for the India Alliance. Your take?
It will become even more encouraging when we start discussing Uttar Pradesh, because that's where I hail from. And this time round, as I've been saying all through the election, that there has been a double anti-incumbency in the state. One for the state government and one for the government at the center, both BJP. And there was a murmur on the ground, and which as the phases progressed, it became a big anti-BJP wave. And you will see as the numbers start coming in. And that's going to change, bring in a big change at the center.
Mr. Singh, when the assembly election took place, there was a pretty visible vote share difference between Samajwadi Party and Bharatiya Janata Party. Are you saying that you will be able to close that vote difference in this Lok Sabha elections?
Certainly, because people are voting against BJP this time, and each person or a segment has a separate set of reasons for doing that. So there are Dalits and backwards who are afraid that their reservation might be taken away. There might be a constitutional amendment to that effect. There is poverty. There is, some of the poorest districts in the country, unfortunately, come from Uttar Pradesh. And there's rampant unemployment. So all that is despite the big grand launch of the Ram temple. The real issues actually took ground during the election, and I'm very, very happy about it.
Okay. Ajit, do you have a question?
Well, the question is that, if think of a three-cornered contest, right? It is a typical SP versus SP Congress on one side, BJP on the other, and the third in this case is Mayawati, BSP. The point is, last time BSP and SP Congress, SP had combined, and therefore the opposition had 116 seats. This time there is no alliance, so there is no way that you are thinking of coming close to BJP or increasing your number of seats, because if you see the last two elections, SP has performed in Lok Sabha pretty miserably. I mean, assembly election is different, but both the Lok Sabha seat, SP has barely managed to get the family seats. So the question is, without an alliance, how do you propose to actually do so well?
So this is your assumption is based on the premise that the vote share of the BSP is going to stay consistent with BSP in this election. But that's exactly what I was pointing out earlier, that there is a drastic shift in the BSP vote bank away from BSP and from BJP, because they feel threatened that the basic tenets of the constitution which guarantee them certain reservations and privileges might be taken away. And that's the reason you will see a large percentage of that vote bank shifting to the India Alliance this time.
But Mr. Singh, can I just ask you this question? You have spoken about,
I'm just sorry, I'm interrupting
we
for a minute because the Karnataka results are out. Right. Mr. Singh, I'll come back to you. BJP will get 18 seats, JDS will get 2 seats, which makes it 20, and the Congress is going to get 8 seats. Now, there was a lot of contesting views, Neha, because Congress was thinking that they get at least 12 seats, but for BJP, because last time BJP had all the seats except one.
Yes,
all the seats except one. And they had swept Karnataka. So it's like a...
But come to think of it, I don't think the BJP would be complaining too much, because remember, they lost the assembly election and many had thought that there was a resurgent Congress in Karnataka.
Charu, do you think, are you satisfied with this mixed bag of Karnataka? You had swept Karnataka last time. Are you happy with this mixed bag? Yeah, unmute yourself.
Yes, now I'm audible. I think we're going to repeat our 2019 performance in Karnataka, and the reason for that has been a lot of appeasement politics of the recent Karnataka government. In fact, they have gone all out and exposed themselves for multiple things: the freebies, the way they have carried out appeasement repeatedly, the way they had to backtrack and change certain legislations. So I think a repeat of 2019 is very much possible. In fact, why are we talking about a repeat of that? Maybe we'll win that extra seat that we didn't win last time around.
Okay. Ajit?
BJP had 125 out of 28 last time.
Okay.
And so they are basically down by 5 seats, which is not what was being projected by the left liberal groups. They were pointing out a much lower than 5. I mean, the big states for the NDA Alliance was supposed to be Karnataka, Maharashtra and Bihar.
Yes, especially after they won the assembly elections with such a big majority. So I don't think the BJP would mind this at all.
Right.
And to add to it,
net reduction of 5 seats.
Mr. Meka, are you there with me? Are you satisfied with this? I think Mr. Meka is not there with me. Krishna, why do you think this result is there? BJP house was not in order. Yedurappa was retired, forced to retire. A chief minister was changed. Congress government came back to power. You had the Lingayat issue. Then you had the Revanna issue. So many things went against BJP, and they are still at 18. It should have been 18 and 8, but still it's 18.
I was just about to say that the fact that despite all of the factors that you mentioned, despite what's happening with the JDS as we speak and what's been happening with the JDS over the last 1 month, if the BJP manages to put up 18 seats in Karnataka, you're looking at a very good overall national number for the BJP, Karthikeya. This is a very good result for the BJP, even if they get 18. Congress, yes, it's an
and it's +2.
Yeah, and for Congress to get 8, now that is something that the Congress should be extremely worried about, because this is a state where they're looking to wrest the control back away from the BJP onto them, like they did, Neha, like you've been talking about, like the state assembly elections. If they still manage to get only 8 seats in the Lok Sabha elections, well, the Congress is in deep trouble if it gets only 8 seats in Karnataka.
In fact, let me put that question to Ram Pratap Singh. Mr. Singh, Karnataka, if you go by these numbers and if they hold on the 4th of June, I would say would be a huge disappointment for the Congress and the India Alliance. The Congress is the ruling party. Just less than 6 months ago, the party won a huge mandate in the assembly election, and now if the BJP manages to hold on to even 18 seats and the Congress ends up with just about 8, would you not say that it's a very poor performance, especially given that it is the South where the Congress was hoping to really make its mark?
Right, yeah, you're right. That would be fairly disappointing if that happens. But what we are hoping, as I said, because UP and certain central Indian states like Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, where if the India Alliance is able to, and that was where the BJP was like a huge majority in last 2 elections, and if we are able to break into that and increase our numbers there, then the certain losses in certain South Indian states would definitely be offset in a much bigger way by what happens in UP and Rajasthan and maybe even Haryana for that matter.
Okay, Dr. Verma, last time when Congress came to power, the data was very clear. And data was that the Congress party had eaten into Mr. Gowda's vote. But they had not eaten into the Hindutva vote. It had just marginally come down. Is it telling us something nationally? Is it telling us something nationally that the expansion of the Congress may take place by the expense of regional party, but overall that the Hindutva vote, or whatever you may call it, it's like the larger amalgamation of subaltern Hindutva stays firm with BJP?
Kartike, if you remember, the Karnataka voter has a very unique tendency of voting differently. And if I correctly remember, in both the previous assembly elections, the vote share of the BJP was 38%, in spite of the fact that they lost government this time. But the vote share was stable. But in the previous parliamentary election 2019, if I correctly remember, the vote share of the BJP was around 52%. So, I mean, looking at the fact that the Karnataka voter distinguishes between the state assembly election and the parliamentary election is one very important factor that we have to factor in. And therefore, what the exit poll indicates, 20 seats, in the backdrop of the Congress government recently in Karnataka, I would consider this a good number. And I do not know whether it is a Hindutva vote or a subaltern amalgamation vote, but certainly, I mean, Karnataka is a developed state in that way, and the development becomes a very important factor over there. So, I would understand that people in Karnataka, they have understood the development.
You have a point there, but we will also have to wait and see. Karnataka is not one identity. You have Kittur Karnataka, you have southern Karnataka,
Coastal
Karnataka. There used to be a word Bombay Karnataka. I think they have changed it. Then and Hyderabad Karnataka. So you have different parts of Karnataka. I mean to say, they have been reporting assignments where we had to go to Panjim, and we had to go to northern Karnataka, and you would land in Panjim and then go to northern Karnataka, and not Bengaluru. It's like that. So it's a completely different territory.
But I have a question for you, Kartike. When the assembly election happened in Karnataka less than 6 months ago, the Congress and its supporters said, you see, religion doesn't work here, divisive issues. They talked about Bajrang Bali. None of that works in a state like Karnataka. It is all about people's issues, the Congress agenda, that resonated with the people. What's changed in 5 months?
Before we go to Telangana, I'll only say one thing. It is the only state in entire BJP kitty where you have a regional leader who has come from a regional party stock, who holds the sway. And he defeated BJP by leaving BJP. Kalyan Singh could not do that in UP. Yedurappa is making that difference. Till he is alive, this BJP will be different. Once he is gone, this BJP will be a different party. And I think we are getting the numbers from Telangana. Neha. Telangana. BJP 80.
This is Karnataka.
This is Karnataka.
Let's switch to Telangana.
And
India,
there you go, Telangana. The India Alliance, 8 seats for the India Alliance as compared to 7 for the BJP and 1 for the AIADMK, and the Bharat Rashtriya Samiti getting just 1. That's a decimation of the BRS.
Why BRS has collapsed, Krishna?
We've seen what happened with the BRS in the state assembly elections in the first place. It was a massive sweep against anti-incumbency against the BRS. That seems to be continuing when it comes to the Lok Sabha elections as well.
Ajit, is it because he didn't meet people when he was Chief Minister for 9 years and 6 months? One. Secondly, it became a family-run enterprise. Third, was it his ambition from TRS to BRS?
Yes.
You know, people have ambitions for a party, you have ambition for yourself, your ambition outdid the ambition of people, or people felt that Congress should be given a chance because the Chief Minister was not responding to the economic issues of the state.
I think the number one point that you made, you know, practically, I was in Hyderabad for about 10 days. I met him. In fact, I was staying in the state.
Mr. Chandrasekhar Rao?
Yes, absolutely.
I have stories to exchange, but we'll do it once this program is over.
Okay. So I was there for almost 10 days and, you know, we were chit-chatting almost every day. The whole state was being run by his son.
Correct.
He was practically not stepping out at all, number one. Number two, all the time I was there, he was involved in planning the BRS. And all the time I would tell him that a new BRS cannot fight BJP and Congress together. You're still a small party. He would talk about the kind of money he has with him. He pointed out that he was funding, Karnataka politicians. So it was overconfidence. You know, Telangana and Andhra, Karnataka are very rich states, right? So just the overconfidence that he had.
Did he harbor an unrealistic third front dream?
Absolutely. In fact, if you remember, Nitish Kumar had called him to Patna and he wanted him to join the India Alliance at that time when Nitish Kumar practically started it in the last year in 2003 summer. And the fight between Nitish and him on stage, all of us saw it on television. But he was so convinced that he's going to replace both BJP and Congress. Total overconfidence of this man who in a way had created the state and ruled it for 10 years.
A lot of people say that the creation of Telangana also happened that because of senior Reddy passing away in the helicopter crash. And it also happened because the Congress at that point of time had no strongman. If you recall, Rosaiya went on to become the Chief Minister. Rosaiya was a minister under him. He was like a typical low profile number 2. And Rosaiya went on to become the Chief Minister for the next 3 years. He was succeeded by Kiran Kumar Reddy and Rosaiya was made Governor of Tamil Nadu. So you had no charismatic leader there. So the development of Mr. Chandrasekhar Rao happened in absence of YSR. YSR was the one who was taking care of this issue, and that is why when he was made first the Minister of Port and when the Balu fought with the government, he became a cabinet minister without portfolio for 6 months.
Fair point. And also, Karthikeya, just to add to that, YSR was the guy who wrested control of the undivided Andhra Pradesh away from Chandrababu Naidu.
After 10 years.
And also there's a very strong reason for it. YS Rajashekar Reddy is an iconic figure for rural Andhra Pradesh. And rural Andhra Pradesh spoke loud and clear up against all the Cyberabad and the tech talk and this urbanization of Andhra Pradesh, and YSR took the momentum away from the TDP and Chandrababu Naidu. And once his passing away took place, there was that vacuum, the leadership vacuum completely.
But just one small point, Karthikeya, that is that Congress, if you look at the southern states, it is performing better than expected. Okay, so it ends up getting 8 seats in Telangana, which one was expecting a sort of sweep for the BJP.
I think talking about Telangana, all the points that you made, don't forget one thing, that what was the narrative, if you can put it that way there, that Telangana rode on his backs. He was the kind who at the end of the day delivered. And then I will go with Ajit's view that what he was talking right now, that suddenly after that kind of a momentum that was there to create the state, suddenly that was lacking. As you put it well, that his son was there, but he was somehow, he had closed himself, he was more into planning and kind of coordinating and
somebody who was accused of never getting out of his farmhouse.
Exactly,
Absolutely.
That is what people who look at the leader, they would want him more to be with them, which never happened after the state came into being. So what you just now rendered, Karthikeya, it did happen. But for the man there, it rode on his shoulders and he was not there.
And we are also, sorry Krishna, we are also joined by Bhanu Chandra Nagarajan. Bhanu, welcome. Thank you for coming to our show. First, your comments on Telangana. Bhanu, this is the screen. BRS is decimated. In Telangana, Asaduddin Owaisi is holding the fort in Hyderabad. I think he can continue. He will continue to do so. But the larger numbers, it's a straight fight between Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress. So it becomes a state. So there's a transition also, Neha. Yeah. It's a state in transition where it's becoming BJP versus Congress.
Just like Karnataka.
Like Karnataka. Just like Karnataka.
How are you looking at a future?
Are you saying Gowdas are over, Krishna?
Well, right now, the focus, like you're rightly pointing out, the fact that you have two national parties fighting out in a brand new state like Telangana is a big headline as far as India's national politics is concerned, Kartikeya.
Okay, Bhanu, please, go on.
See, this is Telangana, this was expected, and BRS was going to lose badly. The downward spiral of the BRS continues, and this being a national election, they were not in the game at all, but it is surprising to see they go down this low. And I don't see any surprise between the neck to neck between the BJP and the Congress as far as Telangana is concerned.
Okay, let's put out the Andhra numbers.
Okay,
let's put. Okay, what are the Andhra numbers?
Well. TDP 9, BJP 2, YSRCP 13.
Big gain.
And again, the YSRCP continuing.
Takkar de di.
Yeah.
Takkar de di.
Yeah. So
13-12?
13-11, 13-12.
9, 13-12?
Yes.
12. It's a 13-12.
It's a split mandate.
So my question is here, I don't think if that's a possibility. If it becomes a possibility that BJP gets 265, and if they have to choose between TDP and Shakan, so who will they go to? You know, because the state has been split, but I'm not going to...
Prashant Kishore has been proved wrong.
He has been proved wrong?
Yes, he said that YSRCP will lose in a massive way.
That they will be will be wiped out in a way.
Okay, you were there in my program. I also joined by Dr. Kaushal Kant Mishra, spokesperson for Bharatiya Janata Party, and Advocate Babita Ahlawat, spokesperson Aam Aadmi Party. Dr. Mishra, the question to you is, you guys seem to have given a good fight in Andhra Pradesh. I mean, जिसे तीनों ने मिलके रोक तो लिया आधे में. You have done that, Dr. Mishra.
नहीं, मुझे नहीं लगता है कि तीनों ने मिलकर रोक लिया है, और अभी तो नतीजे आने बाकी ही हैं. और अगर हम जो टोटल एग्जिट पोल्स को कंपेयर करते हैं तो लगभग सभी में बेहतर प्रदर्शन है, और मुझे लगता है कि रिजल्ट आने का नतीजा करना चाहिए. तीनों मिलकर रोक नहीं पाएंगे, क्योंकि मोदी जी जिस तरह से उन्होंने परफॉर्मेंस दी है और जिस तरह से डिलीवरी किया है उन्होंने, जो लाभार्थी योजनाएं लाए हैं, मुझे नहीं लगता है कि पहले से बेहतर प्रदर्शन होगा. नो डाउट साउथ हमारा वीक रहा है, लेकिन यस, परफॉर्मेंस ये है कि पहले से बेटर परफॉर्मेंस होनी चाहिए, वो आपको दिखेगी.
Okay, thank you. Let me just introduce the top tally. NDA 44, India 70, others 15. So it's 70, 44, 15.
Out of 129?
9, yes.
129.
One should not count your chickens before they hatch. So, coming to you, Krishna, which part do you think that the TDP, Janasena and BJP have done well in Karnataka? What is your hunch? It's a long stay?
You mean Andhra Pradesh?
Andhra Pradesh, yes.
Right. So, you are talking about a situation where the YSRCP, again, strong in coastal Andhra Pradesh. I'm hoping that, I'm guessing that that's where they're going to continue, getting the number of seats that they've been getting.
I know it's a micro question. Is it that Guntur, Kurnool area, that traditional area, or is it the Vizag, the top area which touches
the Vizag is the coastal Andhra
Yes.
Pradesh. So coastal Andhra Pradesh is where I'm guessing YSRCP is continuing to have its hold, but it's Guntur, the interior, Vijayawada, those are the places where I'm guessing the TDP, because bear in mind, in 2019 elections too, if you were to look at Andhra Pradesh, you had 3 seats, right? Srikakulam, Vijayawada and Guntur, which went to Andhra Pradesh. Let me just quickly pull out those numbers. There you go. So
that's important.
This is 2019. Vijayawada went to TDP, Kesineni Srinivasa, with a winning with a margin of around 8,700
That's
votes.
not much.
That's not much. Very slim margins. And there you go, Srikakulam. Again, you had the TDP winning despite it being a coastal
That's
seat.
not much.
Yeah, and then you had Guntur. So
again, that's not much.
Yes. All of them are closely contested. The thing is that these were the 3 seats that the TDP managed in the 2019 elections. If the TDP is doing more than this, it means that it's eating into as part of the traditional bank of YSRCP, especially in coastal. Look at coastal Andhra Pradesh here. There you go.
Okay.
It is all blue
Probably,
last time around.
It's probably an urban versus rural, because YSRCP getting 13 seats shows that it is holding on to its rural base.
Yes.
It hasn't been destroyed,
Which
as
hasn't
where
been-
people were pointing out.
Hasn't
But
been
wait,
Babu
wait,
strong.
but
Which
where is
hasn't been Babu's
Janasena,
strength.
Ajit, gaining strength from? Janasena.
Janasena is making its debut as compared to last time around. It's the first time it's going to be winning a Lok Sabha seat.
So where is it getting its
I'm
strength
guessing
from?
it's Pawan Kalyan's seat. We'll have to wait and watch.
Pawan Kalyan.
I have a question for all of you. Now that we have the numbers for Kerala, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra, if I could start with you, Ajit. I mean, I would say the BJP has done surprisingly well in most of these states for a party that is constantly accused of being virtually unacceptable in the south of the Vindhyas, with the exception of Karnataka, a party that had never managed to open its account in the state of Kerala. I mean, if you look at these numbers and all of this, as I keep mentioning, 5 months after the Karnataka elections and the Telangana elections, I would say the BJP has actually done very well for itself in South, something that it wasn't really expected to do.
Well, see, last time in 2019, the BJP had 29 seats in the entire South, and so did the Congress, 29 seats. So this myth that the BJP had not penetrated the South is technically not true, at least compared to the Congress. What we are seeing is both the national parties, from the overall figures except Andhra, both the national parties are doing better. It's the collapse of the regional parties in this case.
So what
especially,
explains that?
especially in,
I just
That
have
is
one
a very
counter-
interesting point.
Just I have one counterpoint to that. That 29 seats that you're talking about in the south, which BJP did last time around,
Karnataka.
25 of them came from
25
Karnataka.
was contested.
Exactly. So I agree
Exactly.
with Krishna there. BJP's acceptability outside of Karnataka didn't seem to exist. Jayantu, what has changed this
See,
time,
if-
and what explains the collapse of the regional parties?
If this number, if we go by this numbers, it was the BJP was aiming for this part of the country, right?
Yes.
Because as Kartikeya just sometimes back, he was pointing out that most of the states that you will see in center or the north, they are already kind of saturated.
Saturated. So when
So,
you say
where-
Abki Baar
where do they
400
go?
par, where were the other
First-
numbers going to come
correct.
from? The south
First
and
it
east?
was look east.
Yes.
They started moving into the east. They tried to go with the BJP, which did not happen. They're on their own. BJP is on their own now. But that is that entire belt, about 200 seats, right from the east to the south, that they have to target. That's what they're doing now. Which means, coming back to your question, to what you mentioned just now, that means that they are now moving out of Karnataka, which means moving successfully out.
Yes.
If they have lost a few seats in Karnataka, they are making good in the other states, which was exactly what the BJP was aiming for. But let us see the rest of the country as
But
well.
you know, Dr. Verma, if you look at the overall picture, because Andhra results are out, Karnataka results are out, Telangana results are out, Tamil Nadu results are out, Kerala results are out. Would you say that how has BJP done fairly? 1 seat in Kerala, 2 in Andhra Pradesh, 7 in Telangana, 2 in Tamil Nadu. How would you assess the performance, sir? Can you please unmute yourself?
Sorry, BJP used to be a Karnataka-centric party in the south, and in other states, as you rightly said, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra, and Telangana, it has hardly any presence, barring the previous assembly election in Karnataka, in Telangana. But the kind of results that have come in, if we are to believe this, that this is true, I think the BJP has succeeded in its South outreach program, and that is the difference which I see from 2019 to 2024.
Okay, fair enough. I think we are getting some news from Delhi. I think we need to break that data.
Very crucial
Very
data,
crucial.
because whichever
National
party
capital.
sweeps Delhi forms the government of the
Seven
center. There
out
you
of
go.
7 for
7-0.
the BJP, a hat trick.
7-0-0.
It's a hat trick and a clean sweep. Nothing changed with the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party
Despite
coming
the alliance.
together.
Despite the alliance.
Wasn't I telling you that the data of 2019 was pretty clear that the BJP had 51% vote in 5 constituencies
And 60% in
2 constituencies it had 63+% vote, and Congress and Aam Aadmi put together, most of the constituency was 45%. So they had they had to cross 6 to 7% 5 constituencies, and they had a task of crossing 17% in the other 2 constituencies.
But you know, Kartik, going by these figures, if we go by these figures, that for the third time in that they are sweeping all the 7.
Yes.
But consider one thing, 2014, 2019, there were some issues which on which the BJP rode. But this time we have seen this, the kind of inputs that we are getting back, that kind of issues are not there out there. Secondly, the coming together of these two, the INDIA, which means
it's made no dent.
Which shows that all this talk of no Modi wave and the alliance is helping is not really working.
For analysts to say, even Prashant Kishore has said it's a waveless election. But then I think they're already being proven wrong.
Sharma in his editorial wrote the only wave he felt was a heat wave.
Silent.
The Thanda wave.
Thanda wave. I think the polls are already
I don't know
interesting to see Haryana
I don't know whether it was a
after
heat wave, Thanda wave, silent wave, quiet wave,
but
polite
there
wave,
are plenty of
hard wave.
waves here.
This is a wave.
I don't know which wave,
for sure.
but it is definitely making waves in this.
But I have a question. I have a question. If the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress coming together has made no difference whatsoever to the India Alliance, Kejriwal being granted bail, coming out of jail, campaigning extensively for his party. He is going back to jail
That's
tomorrow.
why this meeting was held today.
He would feel hugely disappointed. What a waste of effort,
Let's wait for Haryana.
But my question is, what is it that is then working for the BJP in this spectacular fashion in the national capital,
I would answer
election after election, despite the immense popularity of the Aam Aadmi Party in the assembly election?
I think referendum on Prime Minister
People are voting for the Prime Minister.
So it's just brand
No, people are voting. See, at the starting of the show I said, the narrative which I absorbed was people are either voting for Modi, they are either voting against Modi, or they want to vote Modi with less number or less enthusiasm. There was no alternate to Modi in context of Prime Minister. Mr. Kharge gives an interview and says, we want Rahul to be the Prime Minister. Randeep Surjewala, when I interviewed him in Kaithal, said, my personal wish is that Rahul Gandhi is the Prime Minister. Rahul Gandhi should have been projected as an alternate. The problem is there was no alternate. Bhanu, I know you have been waiting.
Yes. And do you remember what the Prime Minister said, Kartikeya, that if the India Alliance comes to power, they will have 5 Prime Ministers in 5 years?
That's true.
Bhanu?
Yes.
So quickly, whether an election is a wave election or not is something that we can assess only after the results are out or only after exit polls. You cannot actually assess it when the elections are on, right? So because only now we'll get the numbers. That's number one. Number two, not at all surprised to see BJP sweeping Delhi. Like what you said, combined Aam Aadmi Party and Congress had only 40% vote share from in 2019. Well, BJP had 58%. So even if they drop by 10%, they still are above 50%. So I think it is going to be very difficult for anybody to beat BJP in Delhi. Kartik, I want to make quick points on Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. I can do it later or now.
No, you can do it. You just wait, just hold on, because I am also Akshay Marathi, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Sir, what do you make of the numbers? And then I'll come back to you, Bhanu, and then you can speak on the South. Mr. Marathe.
No, thank you for having me on your show. Let me start off by saying that I want to address the viewers directly first by saying that if you have voted for the India Alliance in this election, don't look at these exit poll numbers and lose heart, because the results are not out yet. They will be out only on the 4th of June. This is only mahal building until that time, and the media and the pollsters are doing their job. We have no issues with that. But let me share what my perspective is, because we held a big India Alliance meeting today. And in that meeting, all parties came with their own internal assessments. Aam Aadmi Party came with their own Delhi, Punjab assessments. Tejasvi Yadav came with Bihar. Akhilesh Yadav ji came with Uttar Pradesh. And in our assessment, we are getting 295 seats. The India Alliance is winning 295 seats. And the BJP is being reduced to 220 seats. Now, I'm not questioning the credibility of your survey. We can see what the results are on 4th of June. But I will also urge all viewers to take a look at the last 5 election cycles and see how far off were exit polls from the actual results. And I think it would be beneficial if even your channel can put out that comparison, that how much did we predict and how much was the actual result, because that will give a sense of, okay, who is being exaggerated in this exit poll, who is being deflated in this exit poll. It will give your viewers a more real, accurate picture of what to expect on 4th of June. Now, coming to the
Can I
specific
just
point
come
of
in
Delhi.
here for a moment? Akshay, I'm sorry to interrupt
Please,
you.
please.
You were saying, you know, we are urging the viewers not to get carried away by these numbers. But, you know, the numbers that are being projected by the India Alliance, your Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal earlier in the day saying 295 for the India Alliance, 220 for the BJP. My question is, where are these numbers coming from?
If
the party, if the state that you're in power in you know, the national capital, you don't manage to pick up a single seat, and you saw that happen in 2014 and 2019.
I'll just add one thing before you reply to Neha. Sample size 1 crore ka hai. I allowed you to.
That's huge.
I allowed you. That's fair journalism. And as an editor of this channel, I have allowed you to say that. Okay. So this is fair journalism. I have allowed you. Now let me say what we have done. 1 crore ka survey hai. 1 crore ka survey hai. I don't know how many people have done that.
18,500 per constituency.
How many people?
That's huge.
It is huge.
हिंदी में भी बोलूंगा 543 सीट्स पे सर्वे है. हर विधानसभा का सर्वे है. हर विधानसभा में सैंपल लिया है. हर वोटिंग फेज पे सैंपल लिया है. हर फेज में वोटिंग खत्म होने पर पूछा आपने किसको वोट दिया है. This is what we have done. I am also addressing my viewers directly. Now Neha, he can respond to your question.
All right, so you heard there, Akshay. This is a huge sample size that we are talking about. You know, my point is, this is the national capital where, you know, the Aam Aadmi Party was born. You have won 2 successive and decisive mandates in the assembly elections, yet your party fails to pick up even 1 Lok Sabha seat. This has been going on since 2014, and going by these numbers, you are drawing a blank this time as well. It's a 7 out of 7 clean sweep for the BJP. Nothing has changed with you stitching up an alliance, even with, you know, a bitter rival of yours, the Congress party. What is going so horribly wrong here? And you know, those numbers that you keep bandying about, I want to simply ask you this question. Again, going by the figures that we have, the BJP is doing much better than expected in the south. And that is exactly where the India Alliance was supposed to pick up its biggest numbers. So I'm going to ask you, where are these 295 numbers, 295 seats that you're talking about coming from for the India Alliance?
Yeah, very humbly, I want to say, I was not questioning the methodology of your poll. I'm sure it is a solid, robust methodology. I was simply asking about the track record, that how much has it performed in the past and how much variation has happened when it comes to the exit poll versus the actual result. That was my humble request. If you can show that, that will help the viewer understand the accuracy of these polls. But be that as it may, let me talk about Delhi now, because you are asking a very pointed question. Look, every election is different. In 2014 and 2019, Aam Aadmi Party was a mere state party. We had power only in one state. But today we have actually expanded to Punjab. We have gone to Goa, to Gujarat. We are seen as a national party. Arvind Kejriwal is seen as a national leader. So in 2024, we could sense that very strong upsurge in the voters who were angry with the of Arvind Kejriwal ji. I am not suggesting that that means that Aam Aadmi Party will win all 7 seats of Delhi. The time will tell. June 4th, we will see. But let's not presume on the basis of this exit poll that Aam Aadmi Party is going to lose all 7 seats of Delhi. Let's wait for the 4th of June, you know, results, and let's not jump the gun and make conclusions.
Okay, let's not jump the gun, Karthik. I want to ask you a question. The Aam Aadmi Party, I think, was hoping to a large extent that there would be a sympathy vote for Arvind Kejriwal following his arrest by the Enforcement Directorate. The opposition constantly projected it as a political witch hunt and vendetta by the BJP, which had unleashed its agencies on the opposition. But if that is what they were hoping for, going by these numbers, that's not come true.
See, before I answer that question, so my question to you is, doesn't this survey or any other survey also shows that there is a pattern in Indian voting or electorate? They make a choice for the person who would govern them. People gave you huge mandates in Vidhan Sabha. I mean to say, there was no Congress and 3 BJP MLAs. You routed the BJP. This is a mandate for the centre. So isn't the same constituent behaving differently? Mr. Kejriwal was never the prime ministerial candidate, neither projected himself. I mean to say, there could have been a 50-party alliance, but still the vote would have gone to BJP. But the same Mr. Kejriwal trounces BJP again and again because he is the chief ministerial candidate. It's as simple as that. Why are we complicating the situation?
Hasn't this been the refrain since 2014? Kejriwal in Delhi, Modi at the center.
I want this answered from the spokesperson. To you, sir.
Akshay?
I'm sorry, I'm facing some technical issues. Are you able to see me?
Akshay, can you hear me?
Okay, there is some technical difficulty.
Can you answer that question, Ajit?
Absolutely. I think it's a dual mandate. I think this election 2024 is Prime Minister Modi's referendum. That's why we are seeing not only a sweep in Delhi, we also seeing sort of BJP penetrating in the south, winning 2 seats in Tamil Nadu, 1 in Kerala, unheard of.
Opening its account there for the first time.
Absolutely. Keeps intact its ally in Andhra. Karnataka is only place where the BJP has slid barely about 5 seats there. But overall, we are seeing BJP expanding because of the fact that, the other assumption was from the India Alliance that this now is not about Modi referendum. It's each state voting differently. That has been
Tell me, Krishna, one thing. Is it correct to say that there are 2 streams for the government? One is a stream which votes for BJP. सत्ता संगठन विचारधारा उसके बाद आप पे आऊंगा पहले कृष्णा से एक है मोदी का फैन ये दोनों पैरेलल ट्रैक्स चल रही हैं इज इट करेक्ट
It is, and even if you look at the southern states, whether a state is a Modi fan or not, the voter over there is looking at which party do I want to see at the center. And that is the reason why you have difference in voting between the state assembly election and the central. Classic case with Delhi as well. The same voters who vote so overwhelmingly in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party, not for one election, but for 2 consecutive elections, have in the space of the same time period, have given overwhelmingly the mandate to the BJP at the center.
So, I'll take off from this. I'll just...
complete yourself. Then we'll go to Rajasthan.
Okay. We follow a 3-tier democracy, right?
Correct.
And you cannot take one result of one as the yardstick for another. Apart from Delhi, if you look at Kerala, there also it's the same thing happening. Yes. Wherein the LDF is in the state government, it's the UDF ahead in parliamentary election. So that cannot be a yardstick. Here we are looking at a person who can rule either at the state level or at the national level.
Absolutely. This is why I just wanted to put it on here. The survey carried out in all 543 Lok Sabha seats, all assembly segments in every phase was covered. All assembly segments in every phase was covered. And most important of all, 1 crore people in every assembly segment. Now
that is the largest sample size seen so far for any exit poll. Any exit poll.
Usually 500 to 1,000 per constituency. Usually.
Yes.
But this is like 18,000.
Now let's go to Rajasthan. This is one state where a lot of people said election local ho gaya.
Rajasthan 19 for the BJP.
Okay. That is bad news for the Congress party if it's going to get only 4 seats in Rajasthan.
No, I think the Congress...
Though last time it was 25 out of 25 for the BJP.
And so in 2014 also 25.
So it has dipped. The numbers have dipped.
Dipped. But what was expected of the Congress, I think, Karthik, you would know this better, but I think it's the Congress versus Congress thing and not able to decide. Say, for example, supporting the Adivasi party. They could not decide even on the day of the election.
The reason people thought that the Congress will do well is very simple. If you look at the election data of last 4 assembly elections, whenever Congress was losing to Bharatiya Janata Party, they would go down to 21 to 31 seats. And whenever Bharatiya Janata Party lost to Congress Party, because it has an assembly strength of 199, they would be around 61 to 70. तो लोग कहते हैं कांग्रेस हारती नहीं लेटे जाती है राजस्थान में और भारतीय जनता पार्टी हारती है तो बैठ जाती है बट इस बार कांग्रेस पार्टी लेटी नहीं बैठी रही they have numbers.
Well,
they have numbers. So people felt that they have some strength in the state. So I think Dr. Verma is there with me. Dr. Verma?
Yeah. Yes,
can you please explain this Rajasthan number to us? Why has Congress gained 4 seats? The state where 25 Lok Sabha seats which BJP was sweeping. Why has this happened?
I mean, what could better explain than your explanation of Uthak and Baitak and leta and baitha, what the phrase that you have used, very interesting.
एनेक्डोट्स थे एक पत्रकार के, आप पैनलिस्ट हैं, सोपोलॉजिस्ट हैं.
But we enjoy your phrases. These are the new coinage, and it is very music to the ears. But coming to your question, Karthikeyan, that why it has happened. Actually, you see, sometimes the narratives that are said, and these times the narratives are not only said by the political actors or the campaign people. The social media has become a very important, intruder into the entire electoral battle. And lot of narrative, false or true, whatever it is being said by the social media. And since most of the people are now used to social media and have the phones, etc., so many are, influenced by the kind of narratives that were democracy in danger, constitution will be trampled, reservation will be abolished. So these are some they did make some dent, and that's why this depletion in the number of seats so far as the BJP is concerned, and Congress has managed to have some seats from Rajasthan.
Okay, so let me go back to Akshay Marathi of the Aam Aadmi Party at this time. He's back with us. We had some technical difficulty with his line earlier. Akshay, the question I was trying to ask you earlier is simply this. Karthikeyan has mentioned that this is the biggest sample size that you will ever see in an exit poll. Of course, you are entitled to question it. We are sticking by our numbers. We've looked at all the southern states. Numbers for Rajasthan and Delhi have come in, and it looks like the BJP is doing much better than expected in the south, something that the India Alliance would be very, very disappointed by. And coming back to the national capital, what keeps going wrong for the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi, the city where it is the ruling party, in one Lok Sabha election after another? Would you not agree that no matter how much you talk about your mohalla clinics and other, welfare schemes which the BJP describes as reverie and freebies, at the end of the day, people in the national capital are voting for brand Modi. They are voting for Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
No, there is no denying the fact that Narendra Modi ji has enjoyed popularity over the last 10 years. I don't think any political party in India is going to deny that fact. But what we are claiming in this election is that brand is diminishing, because the guarantees and the promises that were made to the people of India have not been fulfilled. Akshay. And can I...
Sorry, go ahead.
Let me finish.
Yes.
I don't want to comment on your numbers. They are not the results. So let's be clear on that. You are entitled to discuss those exit polls, but I will not go and lend my voice to what I think of those numbers, because I don't believe those numbers, and I have the right to believe that. But let me come to the point of why I think the BJP is losing. Look, there was a clear sense in this election that inflation and unemployment are a major problem. No, not even the BJP is going to deny that. But the problem was that when Mr. Modi was out campaigning, instead of telling people how he will solve those problems, he said, if you vote for the other side, they will steal your Mangal Sutra. If you vote for the other side, they will steal your bhais. They will steal your water taps. That is the kind of rhetoric that people were not expecting from the Prime Minister. When they heard him say that, they felt like, who is going to solve our problems?
Akshay, do you think that it was a mistake for the India Alliance not to announce a Prime Minister candidate?
No, I don't think it was a mistake at all, because I think Indian voters are very mature. They know that this is a parliamentary system. It is not a presidential system. The BJP would like to create a presidential system because it works in their favor, and they are entitled to do that. But when it comes to the opposition parties, we are an alliance of several state and several national parties come together. So all our supporters want to vote for our party, not necessarily in favor of one individual or another.
Powerful prime ministers always do that. In 1971, neither I was there nor you must have been there. Look at Indira Gandhi ne to apne baat वो कहते हैं the नारा was given by actually Madhu Dandavate and George Fernandez. Actually नारा उन्होंने दिया था, स्वतंत्र पार्टी का नारा था. Indira Gandhi turned it around, and on this Rajagopalachari had a huge fight and Pilu Modi left for Mumbai. Story है उसकी, and she said कि वो कहते हैं इंदिरा हटा, मैं कहती हूँ गरीबी हटाओ. तो powerful prime minister make it presidential, they make it about themselves. Dr. Kaushal Kant Mishra is also with us. Kaushal Kant जी, राजस्थान में थोड़ा मजा नहीं आया, ये इशू है, नहीं लगता आपको?
देखिए कार्तिकेय जी, मैं बड़ा ध्यान से सुन रहा था और एक सवाल जो आपने पहले पूछा था कि ये ऐसा क्या हो गया जब कुछ जगहों पे राजस्थान में बीजेपी, आपके पोल्स के हिसाब से, मैं उसको एक्सप्लेन करने की कोशिश करता हूँ और वो जो मैं एक्सप्लेन करने जा रहा हूँ वो यहाँ पे भी काम करेगा और जो साउथ में जो नंबर बढ़ रहा है उसको भी एक्सप्लेन करेगा। अगर वोटर ने कंट्रीहुड को, नेशनहुड को, पूरे देश को सुप्रीमेसी देते हुए अगर वोट किया है, जहां जहां भी किया है, वहां वहां भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नंबर बढ़ेंगे और यही साउथ में हुआ है। अब आप कहेंगे कि राजस्थान में कम क्यों हुआ? जहां जहां पे लोकल फैक्टर प्रोमिनेंस में आ गए हैं, जैसे कि हम इसको ये कह सकते हैं कि हमें गैरों ने कब लूटा, हमें अपनों ने है लूटा, गैरों में कहा था अपनी कश्ती वहां डूबी जहां पानी बहुत कम था। तो जो अपने का मतलब मेरा है कि जब हमारा देश का जो बहुसंख्यक है, जब वो जातियों में बटा है, जहां जहां जातियों में बटेगा वहां वहां भारतीय जनता पार्टी लूज करेगी, ऐसा मुझे लगता है और ऐसा ही हो रहा है। पर जहां जहां यूनिफिकेशन का फैक्टर, राष्ट्रवाद होगा, नेशन होगा, डेवलपमेंट होगा, डिविसिव पॉलिटिक्स नहीं होगी, यही एक फैक्टर है। आपका पूरा पोल, मैं आपके जो भी आप कह रहे हैं मैं उसको कोई क्रिटिसाइज नहीं कर रहा हूं, मैं उसको उसके फेस पे ले रहा हूं कि जो आप कह रहे हैं सब सही है, लेकिन यही एक फैक्टर है। मुझे लगता है अगर आप मेरे से बेहतर सोच सकते हैं, यहाँ बहुत सारे सेफोलॉजिस्ट हैं जो उसको बेहतर समझ सकते हैं। अगर फैक्टर यही मान लिया जाए कि अगर राष्ट्र को प्रथम माना जाए, जो हमारे मोदी जी कह रहे हैं कि 5 साल में, 5 साल की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, वो अगले 25 साल में 1000 साल के भारत के निर्माण की बात कर रहे हैं, तो यही एक फैक्टर है जिसकी वजह से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सीटें बढ़ेंगी। और एग्जिट पोल नहीं, अभी आपने पूरा अधूरा दिखाया और मैं बाकी का नहीं बताना चाहता हूं, लेकिन चूंकि मेरे पास डेटा हो,
ये जो करीब करीब 4 या 6 सीट जो भाजपा लूज की है राजस्थान में, ये क्या वही इलाका है जहां पे किसान मूवमेंट, मतलब जो नॉर्दर्न राजस्थान है, जो मान लीजिए श्री गंगानगर से लेके चूरू होते हुए, पिलानी होते हुए, वो जो बॉर्डरिंग इलाका है हरियाणा का, क्या आपको लग रहा है कि वहीं सबसे कमजोर था कैंपेन बीजेपी का और ये जो फार्मर्स मूवमेंट का असर दिखा रहा है अभी?
मुझे नहीं लगता है, मैं इससे एग्री नहीं करता हूं। इसका बेहतर चूंकि आंकड़े आप लोगों ने लिए हैं, मैं नहीं बता सकता, पर जो मेरा फैक्टर है, जहां पर भी कास्ट फैक्टर प्रोमिनेंस हुआ होगा, जहां पर भी डिविसिव पॉलिटिक्स प्रोमिनेंस हुई होगी, वहीं पर बीजेपी कमजोर होगी। जहां पे राष्ट्रवाद, यूनिफिकेशन, डेवलपमेंट, फ्यूचर कंट्री का रखा गया होगा, वहां पर बीजेपी के नंबर बढ़ेंगे। और ये आंकड़े आप बेहतर बता सकते हैं, क्योंकि आपके आंकड़े हैं कि वो 4 कौन सी हैं। अगर आप उसको रखेंगे और वहां के फैक्टर को एनालाइज करेंगे तो जो मैं कह रहा हूं वो सही होगा। और यही वजह है कि साउथ में नंबर बढ़ रहा है। और सिर्फ आपके एग्जिट पोल नहीं, मैं कुछ नहीं बोलना चाहता, मेरे सामने 4-5 रखे हुए हैं, 5 मेरे सामने रखे हैं और 5 में सब में मिनिमम जो दिखाया जा रहा है टोटल 373 से लेकर के 399 तक दिखाया जा रहा है। मैं वो नहीं बताना चाहता हूं, लेकिन मेरा जो फैक्टर है सिर्फ एक फैक्टर है। और जो मेरे मित्र आम आदमी पार्टी के प्रवक्ता बोल रहे थे, आप देखिए एनडी गठबंधन के जो भी स्पोक्स पर्सन है, जो भी पार्टी है, उन्होंने शुरू से लेकर नेगेटिव पॉलिटिक्स की है। एक तरफ हम कहते हैं कि हम मदर ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी हैं, हम अपनी डेमोक्रेसी को स्ट्रांग बताते हैं, ये कहते हैं डेमोक्रेसी की हत्या हो रही है, ये हमेशा नेगेटिव चले हैं। हम बात करते हैं यूनिफिकेशन की, सबका साथ सबका
मिश्रा जी,
विकास, सबका
एक सवाल आपसे पूछ सकती हूँ मैं नेहा हूँ स्टूडियो से, सॉरी आपको इंटरप्ट करने के लिए, लेकिन क्योंकि आप देश को जोड़ने की बात कर रहे हैं, आप कह रहे हैं कि ऑपोजिशन का बड़ा नेगेटिव कैंपेन रहा। ऑपोजिशन तो ये कहती है कि भाई बीजेपी एक तरफ से तो देश को जोड़ने की बात करती है, लेकिन आप अगर कैंपेन देखें किस तरह का रहा, तो हिंदू, मुस्लिम, मंगलसूत्र, मुजरा, ये सब इतना बार बार क्यों सुनने को मिला? फिर हमें वो तो इसे डिविजन मानते हैं।
नहीं, मैं आता हूं आपकी बात पे। नेहा जी, आप देखिए फर्स्ट फेज में जब बात हुई थी, फर्स्ट फेज में केवल हम विकास की बात कर रहे थे, हम आंकड़े गुनाते थे। कोई भी कोई भी चैनल होता था तो आप लोग ही बोलते थे कि नहीं, ये तो सब आप डेवलपमेंट के आंकड़े गिना रहे हैं। ये लोग बार बार बेरोजगारी, महंगाई की बात करते थे। अगर बेरोजगारी, महंगाई के भी आंकड़े को भी हम मिला लेते हैं तो पिछले साल के 10 साल की सरकार देखें और अभी के 10 साल के देखें, महंगाई के आंकड़े और बेरोजगारी के आंकड़े दोनों इनसे बेहतर हैं, अच्छी कंडीशन में है। इसके बाद इन्होंने जब, अगर कांग्रेस अपने घोषणा पत्र में ये लिख करके लाता है कि वो बहुसंख्यकों का वाद को खत्म करेगा, वो ये लाता है कि रिडिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी करेगा, वो ये लाता है कि जिसकी जितनी संख्या भारी उसकी उतनी हिस्सेदारी करेगा। ये लाते हैं कि मुस्लिम को रिजर्वेशन देंगे, माइनॉरिटी नहीं मुस्लिम को रिजर्वेशन देंगे। और अगर इनका इतिहास जब से कांग्रेस की सरकार आजाद भारत में चाहे हिंदू कोड बिल लाए हो, यूसीसी ना लाए हो, चाहे साहबानो केस को पलटने की बात रही हो, चाहे गो हत्या वाला मामला रहा हो, चाहे आप इसके अलावा आगे बढ़ते हैं तो चाहे आप माइनॉरिटी कमीशन एक्ट बनाया गया, माइनॉरिटी कमीशन एक्ट को बना करके हिंदुओं को डिवाइड किया गया, उसमें सिख जोड़ा गया, जैन जोड़ा गया, उसमें बौद्ध जोड़े गए, और माइनॉरिटी कमीशन के चेयरमैन इन्होंने 7-8 जो बनाए सब मुस्लिम बनाए। तो जो इनका इतिहास है वो ये बताता है कि इन्होंने केवल एक राजनीति की है कि हिंदुओं को जातियों या फ्रेगमेंट में जोड़ो और माइनॉरिटी का जो सिक्योर वोट बैंक है उसको जोड़ो, तो एक साथ मिला लो।
I think on this, I think you have made some very strong comments. I think I would like Akshay to respond to it. Akshay from Aam Aadmi Party must respond to it. Mr. Akshay, can you unmute yourself? Please respond.
I think this is the old tried and tested tactic of the Bharatiya Janata Party to reduce every conversation to Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai. But my question is whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, Sikh or Isai today in India, the questions remain the same. Why do we not have more jobs? You promised 2 crore jobs to every year for the last 10 years. You have been able to produce almost 5% or 10% of those jobs. And you are claiming that you have improved on the previous performance. What do we do? You are saying historically India did worse, now we are doing better. But how can you deny the fact that today there are 20% of people who live below the poverty line? How can you deny the fact that 80 crore people have to live off free ration from the BJP? And that is your model of development, that you are handing out free ration and you are saying we have solved all the problems. And now you're moving on to Hindu-Muslim issues. The people of India are tired of this kind of hateful politics. We want the government to focus on real issues. The whole world is moving forward, looking at AI, looking at technology, software, trying to find solutions to our workforce problems. But the BJP is such a primitive party that they are stuck in the past. All they care about is Aurangzeb, Mughal, this, as a young person in India, it frustrates me to see that. I want to see a positive aspirational ideology. I want to see an ideology that talks about how to empower every single person in this country, not one versus the other. The opposition parties have never talked about any religion getting primacy over the other. We have said every Indian is equal, every person deserves equal rights in this country. But the BJP's model and their narrative is an effort to divide India, and we will make every effort to stop that.
Point taken. However, the trouble seems to be for the India Alliance that this narrative doesn't seem to be working. So let me go across to Bhanu Chandra Nagarajan. Mr. Nagarajan, the opposition has been saying, the India Alliance has been saying, we need to focus on the real issues. There is massive inflation in the country. There is, skyrocketing unemployment in the country. And we are here to save India's democracy, India's constitution from what they describe as BJP's authoritarian policies. But the trouble for the India Alliance is that this narrative, no matter how many times they accuse the BJP of indulging in divisive politics and not focusing on real issues and doing Hindu-Muslim, fact of the matter is their narrative doesn't seem to be working. It is the BJP that, seems to not just have an edge, but seems to be in pole position yet again in a third consecutive election.
Yeah, first of all, kudos to you, Neha and Kartikeya. I just learned about the 1 crore sample size. Right now, I'm in Chamba, where the polls ended today, and to get to speak to 10 people is difficult. So 1 crore is a lot. So kudos to you. Second thing is, I think somebody should remind both the BJP spokesperson and the Aam Aadmi spokesperson that the elections are over, not just the campaign. The elections are over. They're still in campaign mode. But I think, see, all these discussions, all these arguments are put forward before the people, and they have made a choice. And I think the sample is what we see on the screen. So I don't think the India Alliance had any, did not project authority or authenticity for these messages to be carried to the people. While on the other hand, the BJP with its leadership and the whole campaign machinery and the organization were able to put forward what they wanted to the achievements of the government, the leadership, and so on and so forth. I think they ran a wonderful campaign, and we have to give it to them. And obviously, the initial stitching of the alliance itself was a mess. for the opposition.
Okay.
So I think
Bhanu, you wanted to say something about Tamil Nadu. मुझे याद है. You make your point. You wanted to say something about Tamil Nadu? You were telling me?
Yeah, sure. We'll come right from Rajasthan to Tamil Nadu. Couple of points on Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. I mean, it's so exciting to see so many seats for NDA in Tamil Nadu. And I think there's one for the independent as well. So I wonder whether it is O Paneerselvam. But nevertheless, what will be more exciting to see in Tamil Nadu is the vote share, to see whether the NDA has done better than the AIADMK plus alliance. If so, then NDA led by the BJP would have become the second pole in Tamil Nadu politics, which is a very big thing. That's on Tamil Nadu. On Andhra Pradesh, like what you said, Kartikeya, it seems like a vertical split from your numbers, but I think the numbers might be a little lesser for YSRCP, because in 2014 they just got 7 out of the 25. Also, if this is the number, then I think there'll be a lot of margin seats. And we also should remember that Andhra Pradesh also has assembly elections. So if this is the split, I wonder who's going to form the state government there. Back to you.
I have a very important question to ask you. Our exit poll, according to the TV9 exit poll, bear in mind, 1 crore people have been surveyed in this exit poll, the largest ever number for an exit poll in this country. It's an incredibly detailed exit poll, because always when you talk about exit polls, people complain about the sample size is too small. This time around, sample size is more than 1 crore. My question to you is that in the largest ever exit polls, BJP is winning 4 seats in Tamil Nadu and 1 in Kerala. Is that telling of what is happening with the politics in Tamil Nadu, the vacuum in Tamil Nadu created by possibly the collapse of the AIADMK?
Between NDA and ADMK, and this will actually carry forward to the assembly elections that happens in a couple of years. I also would see whether Annamalai won from Coimbatore. There was a flash in the screen. So if he's winning, then that's a really big deal, because it is a very tight contest, and between ADMK, DMK, and BJP there. So if Annamalai is winning there, then it's an extra boost for the BJP there. And as far as Kerala, we have to see whether it is Thrissur or Pathanamthitta, where Anil Antony or the actor.
Suresh Gopi's seat is the one that's going to the BJP in Kerala, from what we understand.
Yeah. So we have to see. I think BJP might get through with both of them, but also there is Rajiv Chandrasekhar as well. So we have to see.
I'm just adding this bit. When Krishna asked you this question, the whole media gaze was on Chandrasekharan and Tharoor, and suddenly, there's another gentleman from Bharatiya Janata Party winning the election. I mean, it just tells you, sometimes even journalists go for those high-profile contests, not realizing that the story is somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, see, for example, last time in Pathanamthitta, the BJP candidate came. Surendran scored 29% votes. Okay, he still came third. Can you believe it? So it's a complete tripolar quality there. So I think there'll be very many low margin seats. So it's a very exciting place to watch as a watcher.
Okay, Mr. Narendra, one more question on the south quickly. You have the Janasena party winning a seat in Andhra Pradesh. Is that going to be Pawan Kalyan's seat?
Yeah, it should be Kakinada, and I think they have brought in the Kapu votes, adding to the Kama votes of the TDP. I think that's why the numbers are good for them.
Bhanu, only thing I remember is that you get good prawns from Kakinada. Whenever the former vice president and the leaders from Andhra would host their winter lunches, would say that the other prawns from Kakinada. Now the numbers from Madhya Pradesh have come, Neha. Yes. Please take us through.
All right, let's have those numbers up on the screen. Madhya Pradesh numbers are in. Out of 29, clean sweep for the BJP. 29 out of 29, zero Ajit, to the Congress.
Why is this happening? What I want to know is, why is this consolidation in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat? Now, there is a fight in Rajasthan, but this was never the case in last 50 years.
Hindi
that you get 26 out of 26 seats.
It just keeps getting better and better.
There used to be a joke, and I think it has become a reality. लोग कहते थे मध्य प्रदेश में कांग्रेस के पास नेता आते हैं, वर्कर हैं. If you recall Congress party in early 2000, you had Arjun Singh, you had Rahul Singh, at that point of time you had Digvijay Singh, you had Subhash Yadav, you had Suresh Pachauri, and you had Kanti Lal Bhuria.
You are naming all from the Congress.
Kanti
Right?
Lal Sundar Lal Patwa, Uma Bharti, I can just go Uma Bharti. Then you had that Gondwana party, which was doing well in Hoshangabad area. So you had Madhav Rao Sindhya. You had plethora of leaders from there. Motilal Vora also from Madhya Pradesh. What has happened,
See what is happening, Kartikeya, is whenever there's a direct fight between the Congress and the BJP just sweeps.
But that was always the case in 2003.
Not before 2014.
But 2003?
2003 it happened, but 2004 it changed.
But
2009 it changed. In UP, for example, Congress won 21 seats.
Digvijay Singh won 2 terms. So how does this theory hold the ground that if there is a direct fight, Congress is going to lead? There's substantially something gone wrong within the Congress
party. No, there's
party.
also collapse of Congress. Look at the 3 assembly elections that just preceded in 23. Remember, in Madhya Pradesh, Congress not only lost, it lost by a margin of 9 percentage vote. The election before that, the BJP had a little bit more vote than Congress, although Kamal Nath formed the government. So a 9% slide in a state like Madhya Pradesh is a major collapse of the Congress, and we see that reflected this time. But not in Rajasthan.
Is it, Jayanto, is it like that Gujarat model? If you look at Gujarat, after that whole Keshu Bhai and the sort of experiment which Congress tried to do, and then BJP came to power, there was always a 4% vote difference between Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress. And any reporter who would go to Gujarat would say, "Yaar, Congress to kya bheed hai?" And then when the result would come out, BJP would win. That number has increased from 4 to 5 to 6 to 7%. So you get 40%, the other gentleman gets 46%. So it never bridges. Is that the reason?
Usually, I do not put state election, which I was giving an example right now sometimes back. Usually do not put a state election with the Lok Sabha elections together. But what you are asking, wasn't that what happened in the earlier state elections also, assembly elections to some extent? And one big name, a Congress leader that you just mentioned, Chhindwara has been breached. So, which means that actually right now, what you are saying, I wouldn't say it's the Gujarat model to that way, the way you are talking about it.
But I am not surprised about Nakul Nath's constituency being
Nakul Nath, yeah.
Because Modi has broken that in 2019. There was a theory called Gad Ki Rajniti. The breach happened, they lost, Ashok Chavan lost his constituency, Rahul Gandhi lost his constituency. The Gad Ki Rajniti wali thi. Similar constituency, Jyotiraditya Scindia lost his constituency, Gad Ki Rajniti. So Gad Ki Rajniti to toot gayi. Those constituencies were lost by them. So I am not surprised.
Digvijay also lost his constituency.
Digvijay also lost his constituency. A lot of people have lost their constituency. The only thing I am surprised, Saharanpur was lost. People thought he will win. The only thing which surprises me is that is the consolidation of Hindutva vote in North so huge that it can never be bridged? Or is it just, you can take the question forward, Neha, is it just the Modi factor on top which is working right now?
I think bit of both.
Can I add to that very quickly, talking specifically about Madhya Pradesh? A lot of people said that it is as if Kamal Nath was nowhere to be found, as if he did not even show up for this election. And this is a party that has often been accused of being at war with itself in states like Madhya Pradesh.
Absolutely. In fact, Kamal Nath was, at one point, everyone was speculating that he's going over to the BJP,
Exactly.
And Digvijay Singh, who is supposed to be the tallest leader, twice chief minister, according to our exit poll, has lost his seat. That is very important. In fact, at one point, Digvijay Singh was even being considered to be the Congress president, right? So here is a man who, in the Hindi heartland, was perhaps one of the tallest leaders of the Congress, loses his seat in a sweep of the Hindi heartland states.
The only question I have to ask, while we're discussing a state like Madhya Pradesh, is that there's a lot of curiosity in the south. When we talk about how the BJP is going to open its account in Tamil Nadu or not, is going to open its Kerala or not. But there was one part of India where it was a foregone conclusion that it's going to be a BJP sweep, and that is Central India.
Yeah.
We include both Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, isn't it, Kartikeya?
Yeah. Correct, because there are a couple of things. There are a couple of things here. In Central India, the organizational structure of the Congress party has been disrupted. Overall, it became, people think that it's about a dynasty. Congress party is a function of multiple dynasties at multiple levels. You have village level families. It works on a kinship system because there is no sort of ideological glue as of now. Rahul Gandhi is trying to make that difference, and I'm telling you, it's going to make difference to the Congress in a long run, because if a party is small, you need a strong ideological glue. It's like Jansangh of 1970s. If you have a bigger party, then you behave like BJP. 30% बाहर से लोग इकट्ठे कर लिए, तो लॉन्ड्री मशीन में अशोक चवन भी धुल गए और वो साफ होके कपड़े पहन के चुनाव लड़ लिए. That's the biggest difference. So the BJP is the new Congress, and Congress is trying to behave like old BJP. हम तो Puritan हैं. So that, because why? Because you need motivated people to come out and vote for you. That is how Sundarlal Patwa started his Panna Pramukh thing. People said कि Panna Pramukh क्या है, कागज में लिख के कर दिया. नहीं. The whole thing was that you're so ideologically motivated because you have only 10 people voting for you. All 10 of them come out. वो जो कांग्रेस थी उसका आता है कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता है. I have got 80 people. I want 40 of them to come out. You'll lose. So that thing has changed.
And just 20 seconds. BJP is the new Congress, as you really rightly pointed out, but with an added plus factor. Why? Shivraj Singh Chauhan ko hataya Mukhyamantri, and yet the state swept.
Yeah. So the question is
so it's Modi, not Shivraj Singh
the question
Chauhan.
So the question is the Congress. The bad part is the Congress new left. That's where the work needs to be done, because the position which Mr. Gandhi has taken is very, very different. It's not resonating. Secondly, in northern India, there is because you have raised this question, from the perspective of South. I have to say this.
Talking about socialism, talking about wealth redistribution. That's the correct word you have used. That's the correct word you have used. That's a very important word you have used. You see, socialist politics have died in North India. One. Yes.
Okay, let's go across to Tejasvi Surya. My correspondent Baji is there. Please, sir, bear with me. Mr. Surya, are you happy with the results, or do you think that they are conservative? The Karnataka. Our
poll says 18 for the BJP.
18 for the BJP.
Well, first of all, these are not results. The results are going to be out only on the 4th of June when the people are going to speak.
Okay, but still, you're talking about an exit poll survey here, Tejasvi, where it's a 1 crore sample size.
As far as the exit polls are concerned, it is very clear what the mood of the nation is.
Okay, Tejasvi, can you hear me? I know there is a bit of a tech delay.
And, I think I'm getting a very big lag, sir. There's a echo that is, I'm getting an echo.
Okay. We understand there's going to be a 5-second delay from us asking the question and you hearing it as well. It's a very simple, straightforward question, Tejasvi, that we are asking you. This is an exit poll survey by the TV9 network, which has a sample size of 1 crore. This is the biggest sample size for an exit poll in this country. And that exit poll has shown, put in the politest term, a mixed bag for the BJP in Karnataka and Rajasthan. How do you view the numbers? 18 seats is what this exit poll survey has given the BJP in Karnataka. Do you think come June 4th, it will be much more than 18 or not?
I think the BJP is going to get a minimum of 22 to 23 seats in Karnataka this time. Worst case scenario, we will be at 18. So 23 is a number that I think we will comfortably touch in Karnataka. I think this is, a very big bounce back from where we were 1 year ago after the state assembly elections. But if you look at how Karnataka has voted for the parliamentary elections, from 2009 onwards, we have always voted for the BJP overwhelmingly, and that has only increased in its, momentum after the Narendra Modi era in 2014 and 19. And even this time around, I think 23 to 24 is something that I am looking at. So I think on the 4th of June, we are going to be, looking at better numbers. But what this also speaks is, one, the Karnataka voter has made a very clear distinction between national elections and state elections. While he may have preferred the Congress party in the state elections, his electoral choice is very clear when it comes to the country's national elections. Second, he has also outrightly rejected the Congress parties and the INDI Alliance's economic vision, which has been experimented in Karnataka the last year.
Tejasvi, if I could ask you one question, do we still have Tejasvi with us? Okay, I think we've lost the line there.
Okay, I think we have lost Tejasvi Surya.
But
I
interesting. We still have him.
He's back.
Okay, let Neha, you ask the question first.
Okay, Tejasvi, the question I was asking is that even though the Karnataka numbers for the BJP may be somewhat disappointing, looking at the big South India picture, I would say the BJP has done much better than most had expected it to. People believed that outside of Karnataka, BJP did not have acceptance in southern India. But it looks like your party has breached that barrier. What explains it?
Madam, when you say people had these expectations, I would say that a certain section of media or certain section of political pundits had expressed the skepticism, because it is the people who have given what you say is the mandate in south of India. So in Telangana, in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala, in Andhra, in all of these southern states, the BJP has excelled and is going to come out as the largest party in all of south. What this indicates is, one, the growing popularity of the Prime Minister and the impact of the delivery of the schemes of the central government. Two, nothing has ever been handed out to the BJP on a silver platter in our history. We have always fought for and we have paid the price in terms of, the hard work of our Karyakartas, the fight that we have literally, waged on the battles, on the streets, for every inch of political ground everywhere in the country. So even in south of India, whether it is, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra, Telangana, our cadre, our Karyakartas have been working extremely hard to make the party strong at the grassroots, at the booth level, at the organizational level. And people have also seen the regional governments, regional parties, and has also seen the Congress party in action in both Telangana and Karnataka, and has very quickly gotten disillusioned. So all these three factors is what has contributed to the BJP's growth in the southern states.
Tejasvi, before I let you go, Karthike here from the studio. Karnataka was the only state where there was a lot of dissonance when it came to the top leadership of Bharatiya Janata Party. Do you think that most of these issues stand resolved today?
Can you hear me, madam?
I can hear you. My question to you is,
there has been some issue.
I think there's a bit of a, let me wait. If Tejasvi is back, I'm going to ask this question. I'm joined by my editor Brijesh Pandey with me. Thank you, Brijesh, for joining me here.
Thank you, Karthike.
Tejasvi was with us. He's saying that they'll be doing very well. They'll get more than 23 seats.
Our exit poll said 18 for the BJP. Tejasvi said minimum 22 for the BJP in Karnataka.
I don't think so. Numbers he has every right to claim what he's claiming. No political party or
accurate exit poll.
Yeah, so I think I don't see them winning more than 18 seats.
Let me ask you
and it's going to be a very, very tough fight as far as state of
you have been in the newsroom. You have just come to the studio. Tell me the numbers which we are getting. What's the big picture?
Well, the big picture I would say is that in states like BJP has suffered couple of setbacks, starting with Rajasthan. Rajasthan, everybody thought that BJP has in its pocket. The Badmer seat, which many thought that, independent, imagine an independent coming and him winning a seat or being touted as winner he's a big outlier, and he's going to make the maximum splash as far as Rajasthan is concerned. The BJP has not been able to hold on to their assembly election victory, and plus if you couple it with the magic of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who works almost always for them, it's a big setback. Though the numbers is only 5, it's a big setback.
Where exactly in Rajasthan has the BJP lost? Do we have any idea?
We haven't had the number of seats where exactly the BJP is losing, but Badmer we know for sure is that the Bharti candidate, he's much ahead of them.
Okay, we'll be joined by Shaina NC, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. We will be joined by Suleiman Mohammad Khan, spokesperson Congress Party. We will be joined by Chirag Sethi, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. I'm just telling our viewers, we will be joined by spokesperson. We'll take all our questions to them. Ajit continues to be with us. Jayanto continues to be with us. Sunita Aaron, Dr. Anil Verma, our panelists, they continue to be with us. Krishna continues to be with us. But time for another state. The numbers have to go up and we have to fill all the 545. I know I'm keeping you waiting, but the deserts have to come at the last. So, I'm giving you the big picture from the south.
And by deserts, you mean UP and Bihar eventually.
यार कुछ भी कहो, लखनऊ
the bias has to come in.
यार लखनऊ की पैदाइश है भाई. लखनऊ
and Brijesh Pandey coming.
So Sharma ji and Pandey ji will together present the desserts for us.
Yes. Yes.
Either Bihar mein.
So there's no skipping.
Outlier. Okay. So now, was it Chhattisgarh? If I heard it right, was it Chhattisgarh? Oh, Prime Minister Modi has thanked voters also, Okay, Chhattisgarh. BJP 11, Congress 0, others.
Another sweep in central India.
Another
sweep in central India.
So, Jayanto, first to you, why is this happening? Congress did very well in Chhattisgarh. Why has this happened?
Once again, as I was talking about Madhya Pradesh, here also I'll have to give the example once again of the assembly elections as well. That is exactly what we were talking about during the assembly elections also. That it's like a foregone conclusion. The Congress is coming back, which ultimately did not happen. And again, like during Madhya Pradesh, what we were talking about, it is indeed the face of Narendra Modi that is working, apart from the other factors that we see here. The question was, when all these things were going on about going beyond 370 for the BJP, 400 for the NDA, the question was from where? But if we go by the figures that you are putting out, what we find is that they are holding on to the seats that they had initially and adding that south. The point that I always make is that line which comes down from the east to the south, crosses and touches Maharashtra. That is where they can increase. Why? That means that it is not only what he was trying to take to the voters, but more than that, his face, which is working behind it. And coming to the opposition, I'll just before ending, which I was trying to make a point, it was sometimes earlier that it was the CPIM General Secretary who was making a statement, Sitaram Yechuri, who was making a statement after that India bloc meeting. Now, there are 2 points that I want to make. One, that today whatever he was saying, he was the person who has always been saying that an opposition coalition, it can happen only post-elections. Before election, there are so many local, regional interests involved that regional parties cannot hold hands with a national party and go to the hustings together. That was his contention. He has reiterated this many times. And he was also talking about an alternative, about a new name coming as a Prime Minister, giving the example of 2004 and 2009. Here he forgot that 2009 they had withdrawn support. It was not for 10 years. So I think this also factored on the mind of the electorate, that they do not have that is what the narrative that was being built, that in 5 years there will be maybe
in fact, if you analyze the numbers of Chhattisgarh, Jayanto, one thing is also very interesting, that it was a given state. Not a single political analyst said that anybody other than Congress is winning, and not winning, but winning handsomely.
Caveat, strictly going by your figures.
No, I get it. I'm just saying that.
Just to add what you said, Bhupesh Baghel has lost.
Bhupesh Baghel has lost, and this is a big loss of face of Bhupesh Baghel. This is also a big loss of face for the Congress party, who had entrusted him with key.
Digvijay loses Madhya Pradesh,
Bhupesh loses this thing. So like, but I think, you know, we have another state ready, and I think we shouldn't be surprised with the outcome, which it will show. You know, the number of seats in one. It's the state of Gujarat.
You've just given it away.
So if we, exactly.
Talk about stating the obvious.
So exactly. So the numbers are 26-0-0.
On a serious note, is Dr. Verma with me? Is Dr. Verma with me? Is Sunita with me right now?
No, I think they are about to join.
Okay, they're about to. Okay, so I'll straight away go to Bhanu first. Bhanu, how do you explain this result? Some people say it's the laboratory of Hindutva one. That's one way of saying it. Or do you feel that something more systematic has happened in Gujarat, which has created a situation where the opposition parties are present at the time of election and then they disappear?
See, one thing we have not discussed much during the last half an hour is the Labharthi factor, Kartikeya. I mean, if you travel in the heartland, that is the first thing that people will tell you, that the rations have come on time, the Krishi Samman Nidhi, the PM Awas Yojana, and so on and so forth. And the other thing is, the BJP has done social engineering quite very well, both Madhya Pradesh and in Chhattisgarh as well. And in all of these places, we also would know perhaps later how the reserved communities have voted. And if the BJP has made inroads, which it seems like, we have to see the vote percentage as well, then that is actually expanding the Hindutva base further down. It was initially, BJP was initially a Brahmin Baniya party, then it became a OBC party. Now they are expanding the base going further down. So I think it is a mix of Mandal, Kamandal and Labharthi, everything put together, capped with the leadership of Prime Minister Modi. So I think like the synergistically every aspect of BJP's campaigning is...
Are you reading the screen? Are you reading the screen? Well, what is Prime Minister saying? People have seen our track record. Prime Minister is saying that, let's play the full bite. People have voted in record number to elect NDA. Prime Minister has called out the election. Opportunistic INDI Alliance failed. Oh, I'm not getting into that. He has called out the elections on exit poll day.
So absolutely, it was evident from his body language.
होता है ना, इनने exit poll के दिन ही कर दिया Prime Minister ने. No pun intended.
No, see, it was apparent in his body language after phase 5, Kartikeya. So I think perhaps the BJP poll managers thought they had crossed the halfway mark after phase 5. So I mean, it's not a surprise at all, and I mean, kudos to the whole machinery for making it happen, because this is a phenomenal result. I don't know the complete number yet, but it seems like an absolute landslide.
Okay, I'm also joined by Chirag Sethi, spokesperson Aam Aadmi Party. Chirag, AAP did make some noise during the election, but going by this, it's back to square one. It's BJP 1, BJP number 2 position, BJP number 3 position, BJP number 4, BJP number 5. Can I go to number 6?
No, you can go till 9.
Okay, BJP till number 9. Okay, Chirag.
Yeah. So Kartikeya, these are just trends for now, the sample size. There are a variety of factors that will come into play when we talk about the exit polls. We have also done our survey where we got 4 seats in Delhi, we're getting 13 in Punjab. So these are the things that will come on the 4th, that will come clearer on the 4th of June. But we are very sure that we are getting the number which is 290 plus, which our CM also said in the press meet a few hours ago. At the end of the day, see, we were working on the ground and we were interacting with the people, and people wanted the bhai-khata of the last 10 years. They wanted what has been done for them for the last 10 years. Where are the jobs? Where is the inflation going? How can I fill up my plate? What is the family saving that is the lowest in the last 10 years? So they wanted to ask all these questions. They are fed up of the BJP government. They're fed up of the BJP member of parliaments in Delhi. That is why they had to change 6 out of 7 in Delhi, because they knew that all their member of parliaments have not done anything in Delhi. Punjab, they're not existent. In Haryana, we have seen pictures where the BJP candidates were they were running away from the villages. They were not even allowed to enter the villages. What they've done with the farm laws and how they have behaved with the farmers, what they promised to the farmers that they'll double their income, that has not been done. They were not even allowed to enter in the villages. So all these pictures we all have seen. So on the 4th, it will be a surprising results for all of us. You will see how these exit polls will be proven wrong.
I'm just stopping you in between. Sorry for that. Just one question. I'm Ajit Kumar Jha. See, throughout this campaign, everyone in the opposition said there is no Modi wave. Look at the results today. It's almost, in fact, I think it's stronger in the heartland compared to 2019. Total sweep of Madhya Pradesh, total sweep of Gujarat, total sweep of Chhattisgarh. Rajasthan is the only one where Congress seems to be winning 4 seats, but that is compensated by BJP's winning in the south. Tamil Nadu almost 4 seats with its ally. Kerala 1 seat. Karnataka it has held on. In Andhra with its ally it is doing well. So what I'm saying is overall feeling, overall picture that emerges is that there was a Modi wave similar to 2019 and 2014. What do you have to say?
Joseph, see, we have to understand that they are
technical problem. We'll come to it. Chirag, there's a bit of a technical problem. I'm sorry, Ajit, there's a bit of a technical problem. Charu Pragya also joins us from Bharatiya Janata Party. Charu, if you look at the overall figures, now it's 136 for Bharatiya Janata, 136 for Bharatiya Janata NDA, and for India it's 75 and the others 6. You are sweeping Gujarat.
Why? You shouldn't be calling it sweeping Gujarat. I mean, it's like, and you know, and I honestly speaking, I was like, when Bhanu was saying, I'll just take 1 minute, you know, saying was talking about Labharti politics and talking about, you know, the kind of inroads which has made. See, basically, Gujarat is a completely different state. It has to be dealt and analyzed differently. You know, there the Gujarati Asmita has been linked with Prime Minister Narendra Modi for a very long time. And their last election, assembly election, you know, the kind of political engineering, forget social engineering, the kind of political engineering that was done, you know, you had almost 2 of the topmost known faces of the Congress joining the BJP. And, you know, with Aam Aadmi Party playing a small sport, which helped Modi get the highest number till date, which the BJP get highest number till date. So Gujarat 26-0 is a given. I mean, I would be surprised even if it was 25-1.
Okay.
So, Charu, I'm not going to give any mark to the BJP as far as.
Okay.
I think, you know, the important state which has come, is for which Charu Pragya should answer, is Maharashtra.
Okay. Bhai, put on the numbers. 18 for BJP.
Whoa.
5 for Congress. Uddhav Bala Thackeray 14,
NCP Sharad Pawar 6, which makes
others.
it 24.
22,
25 for.
Okay, it's 20, it's 27, 21.
25.
That makes it 48. 18, which makes it 22. 22.
No. BJP and SSS is, I think, Shiv
I think they have, the Shinde.
So
you have 22 for the BJP,
and this means that 45 for the Congress, right. The Mahagathbandhan, Mahavikas Aghadi.
So Charu,
it's a huge figure.
So Charu, it's a bit of a disappointment. I think Ajit Pawar has pulled down BJP. Even if it has 4.
It has, Eknath Shinde has also pulled down BJP.
Yes.
People were saying that BJP should have contested. I think
BJP
Ajit, you had argued
28 seats.
You had argued that BJP should have contested all the seats.
35 seats.
All the 35 seats. Charu?
At least.
Okay, Charu is not here.
But you know, I mean, I'll see. We have see, because you know, between Jayanto and Ajit, and we all have discussed this thing so many times. I mean, these figures, since we are taking this figure, you know, like it's a given. I mean, it tells you a shocking story as far as Maharashtra is concerned. BJP
worse than Karnataka. The BJP's performance.
Ajit, you know, we are joined by Suleiman Mohammad Khan, spokesperson of the Congress Party. Suleiman, thank you so much for joining me. First comments on the Maharashtra part of the exit poll. Total numbers are with you.
Ajit Pawar wiped out. This means Baramati goes to Sharad Pawar. Absolutely. I mean, it's a huge victory.
Absolutely. Yes. Suleiman.
You know, Kartikeya, you can have discussion of the exit polls and people can give their own analysis and what is coming out. Our own party internal survey and survey of the other India Alliance partners is that India Alliance is getting 295 seats. Congress party is alone getting more than 125-30 seats. So, to our understanding and analysis, in all probabilities, 4th of June,
Fair
we are
enough.
forming the government comfortably.
Fair enough. These are exit polls. Fair enough. These are exit polls. We are not denying that. The one thing I want to remind you is that this is the largest exit poll sample size ever heard of. You know, we're talking about a sample size of 1 crore people. This is the largest exit poll ever. And we're talking to you at a very good time for
for the Congress.
For the Congress party.
Yes.
In Maharashtra, the India bloc is set to get 25 seats. That is very good.
More than half.
That's more than half. That's a fantastic number. My question is that you have your own analysis, you have your own exit poll, I'm sure. In your opinion, how many do you think you will get in Maharashtra? More than 25 or is 25 your own estimation?
Correct.
No, I think you are close to our own analysis. I think we are getting 30 plus in Maharashtra. It may be 32, 33. So you are close to our...
No, you just, instead of agreeing, you are just getting greedy.
Okay. Ajit always had a different point of view on this. Ajit, tell me, do you agree? Suleiman, I'll just come to you. Okay, you are saying it's 30 plus. You always held a different opinion on Maharashtra.
I thought that the BJP
Fair enough. You can
much
critique
better
it.
because
You can
it
critique
contested
it.
28 seats.
What do you agree with this poll? What do you disagree with this poll, Ajit?
No, I think the poll is actually great. One, of course, as we pointed out, it is 1 crore largest sample. It satisfies the most important principle of statistics, which is law of large numbers. If you are having large numbers with you, you never go wrong. So for that reason, I think our poll is one of the best. What is interesting is that this exit poll is throwing surprises at us. So I, for example, thought that the BJP with 28 seats might end up winning at least 25 of them, which actually hasn't happened. The Congress seems to have done much better in Maharashtra, but in Rajasthan, the Congress has won about 4 seats, so the BJP actually seems to have lost 6 of those.
I'll ask you, Jayanta, one important question. See, the point is that, when we're discussing Maharashtra, we've discussed this so many times, because it was one of those 3-4 states which could destroy the pattern for. How do you see it? Do you see this as an end of road for Ajit Pawar? Because we were thinking otherwise, we were discussing both possibilities that, if Sharad Pawar, if Uddhav Thackeray loses it badly, it's going to be end of road for him, given the desertion that was taking place. Same was with Sharad Pawar, who was only fighting the seat of Baramati. Sharad Pawar wins and Ajit Pawar loses. Do you think it's an end of road as far as Ajit Pawar is concerned?
Very frankly, I will repeat what I think. That time also I thought I will say that once again here. Usually, I will agree with Ajit that if BJP went on its own in most of the seats, perhaps, I don't know, and again the caveat, I am going by the figures that we are putting out, right? I think it has always been that way. If you see the allies elsewhere also, they have not really done very well. And here also we are seeing the same thing happening. This we had, even before these exit polls were conducted and we put out the numbers, we had talked about this, that the allies, they have always been, much
kind of pulling BJP down.
Pulling BJP down, and BJP has always done better by itself, whichever way you look, whichever state you look at.
No, I agree with you. I mean, if you remember Devendra Fadnavis, when he was talking about Shiv Sena, they said they are the one who are pulling us down. Otherwise, we are the dominant Hindu party as far as Maharashtra is concerned.
The other effect it will have, Brajesh, which I feel is that in this direct contest between the two factions of the Shiv Sena as well as the NCP, it will have a kind of a reverse effect on the losing side, which means that no, you are not good as the one that you have quit and projected yourself to be the correct main party.
And Ajit, does it gets to decide who is the Shiv Sena now, irrespective of what ECI said, and who is the NCP?
Yes. What you pointed out about Ajit Pawar wiped out. Mr. Shinde, who is the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, he is also
wiped out.
Almost being wiped out. This is very important. That means what we were arguing earlier, that the sympathy factor for Sharad Pawar and for Uddhav Thackeray has worked in this election, except that BJP made the mistake of not contesting more seats. Out of 28, it won 18. If the allies were not there, I think the BJP would have performed in Maharashtra as well as it performed in the northern states.
Before we come back to Maharashtra, let me play out a small interview of Shivraj Singh Chauhan taken by a reporter.
हमारे साथ बातचीत करने के लिए पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री शिवराज सिंह चौहान जी हैं। सर, एक बार फिर से एनडीए की और बीजेपी की प्रचंड बहुमत से सरकार बनती हुई नजर आ रही है।
ये तो सुनिश्चित था, अब की बार 400 पार ही होगा, अब देखिएगा। परिणाम तय है। जनता का श्रद्धा और विश्वास नरेंद्र मोदी है और भारतीय जनता पार्टी एनडीए के साथ देश खड़ा है।
सर, आप कितनी सीटें अनुमानित कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि 353 पिछली बार एनडीए की थी, 303 बीजेपी थी, इस बार ये नंबर कितना बढ़ेगा?
इस बार अकेली बीजेपी 370 और एनडीए के साथ 400 के पार जाएंगे। मध्य प्रदेश की 29 सीटें हम जीतेंगे।
आपको क्या लगता है सर, सबसे बड़े मुद्दे इस बार क्या रहे जिस पर जनता ने वोट किया हो और उसके कारण बीजेपी की इतनी सीटें बढ़ रही हो?
मुद्दा एक ही रहा, विकसित भारत के लिए नरेंद्र मोदी जी।
दूसरी तरफ मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे का भी बयान आया जिसमें उन्होंने कहा कि इंडिया 295 से ज़्यादा सीटें लाने जा रहा है, सरकार बनाने जा रहा है, ये दावा कर रहे हैं।
उनकी कलई भी खुल गई, दावे की हवा भी निकल गई, बच्ची खुची 4 तारीख को निकल जाएगी।
तो हम ये मानकर चलें कि अब जो सरकार आ रही है उसमें एक केंद्रीय मंत्री की भूमिका में आप नजर आएंगे बड़े पोर्टफोलियो के साथ?
सांसद में निश्चित तौर पर बनूंगा, पार्टी जो काम देती मैं वही करता हूँ।
Well, I mean, Maharashtra has proved what many were thinking, that that it will not go BJP way completely and it may spring a surprise. It has sprung a massive surprise. I'll just wait for a minute, Jayanto. Another state which we all eagerly waiting for was the state of Bihar. There was another state, which started with the caste survey thing and, how we should go about it. Then Nitish Kumar did again a flip-flop. And look at the figures. Bihar. If you look at the figure, it is not a complete wipeout, but a good entry by RJD and Congress combined, because it is 17 seats for BJP. So this means BJP wins all of its seats. But out of 16 seats, the JDU has lost 8 to 9 seats.
And
Chirag has lost 1 seat. Yeah,
no,
Chirag is contesting on 5.
Now he is contesting as the other faction. Because if you remember, during the assembly, it was his uncle who was with the NDA. But this time, if he gets these 4 seats, then he has proved a point that on my own, I can do it, whether with the NDA or not.
No, I agree with you. And in fact, if you look at the fact that, look at the numbers, out of 39 seats, this is 29 NDA, 8 India Alliance and 3 others. It'll be interesting to see who these others are.
Correct.
Who are these independent? Is it Pawan Singh from Buxar, who is fighting a very big battle? So I'll ask the studio to Karakat. Yeah, so we'll ask the studio to check, which are these seats which these independents are winning for us. I have Suleiman with me. Yeah, please, you are saying.
Look at that number, 17 for the BJP in Bihar. It is in a sense repeating what it did in the previous 2019 elections. It's the same. All the 17 seats.
It's again the ally which has gone down.
So it is absolutely, it's again like BJP, yes, allies, no kind of a situation which is working out. I've also joined by Sunita. And Sunita, if I may get you, how do you look at these numbers? Do they surprise you? Or you were thinking that all along that, India Alliance will be able to make a decent inroad into, the BJP settle? Because last time they won 39 out of 40 seats. This time, they are just 28, 29. And, 8 is won by RJD, Congress combined and 3 others. Sunita?
Before I comment on Bihar, I would like to talk about Maharashtra, which you were discussing.
Please.
In fact, I was in Maharashtra and I was talking to some leaders there, and especially from the BJP. And they knew that this NCP and they are going to lose Shinde Group because they don't have any organization. They said, we have to help them because they have nothing except that, of course, they have positions, but they have nothing. So you see that. When I look at Bihar, I think BJP may have a relook at its policy to have such allies because they're not gaining so much from making friends suddenly on the eve of elections. They could have done better if they had fought more seats both in Maharashtra as well as here.
You are echoing sentiment which is dominant in this newsroom. Suleiman, if I may get you on this, it seems like that, that the BJP was taking pot shot and how, seen it, how there's a reversal of stand, taking pot shot at the Congress party and the India Alliance that, it's a gathering of motley group getting together. They're not going to do well. They are doing well. It is the allies of the NDA which is pulling down the BJP.
You can have I'll again say that the undercurrent on the ground, the anger of the people on the ground, we have seen rallies in Bihar. Our people have told us that the India Alliance, RJD and Congress Party and other smaller groups which are supporting us, to our understanding, will perform far better what your analysis is right now on the screen. So let's wait for 4th of June. We are going to perform far better.
Okay,
And
same question.
More
Suleiman, I mean, these are the states that are getting a number.
The question again goes back, yes, this is an exit poll. Let's reiterate that. It's an exit poll. It's not the final number, but it is the largest ever exit poll. More than 1 crore people being surveyed. The number says 17 for the BJP. For the RJD Congress combined, it's 8 seats. What is your estimation? What is your own internal analysis?
What is your estimate?
How much are you expecting from Bihar?
No, I have not. You have done a survey of 1 crore people. You have a better understanding of
Fair enough,
this.
but we still curious. We are curious to know. If you're saying that we're going to, there's an undercurrent of anger, what is your own estimation of what will the RJD Congress combine get come the 4th of June from Bihar?
Internally, we are going to get, I think, close to double what you are showing.
Double of what we are saying.
That's 16
seats.
That's 16 that you're talking about. 16 seats for the RJD Congress combined in Bihar.
More than that also, it may be.
Oh, I say, I think it's a high voltage current, not undercurrent. if you're going to win 16 out of this and this thing. But Ajit, interestingly, as we start analyzing state after state, the dominant theme is this, that, BJP is led down by its allies. Why is BJP then going the ally way? Why aren't they fighting elections on their own? Because if you look at the last time, when the flip-flop was made, a majority of, regional leaders of the BJP, they were extremely unhappy. And they were saying that this high time BJP shed its baggage and fight the entire 40 seats out of its own.
I think what happened, Brijesh, is when BJP saw this India Alliance coming up for the first time in the history of India, India Alliance has come up for the first time. BJP thought that they are going to be challenged seriously compared to the last 2 elections. They must have thought 10 years of anti-incumbency, India Alliance combining with 28 parties initially, if you remember, later 26. Of course, much later, Nitish Kumar came on the other side. So they thought, let's play up the fact that we also have an alliance. So if you remember, BJP had 38 allies at one time. Pictures were being shown with BJP and all the 38 allies. In fact, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi filed his nomination from Varanasi, he had called almost all the allies to Varanasi. So they were displaying that,
a counter show of strength.
Aapka alliance, mera alliance. You see? And they didn't realize that they by themselves would have swept this country if they didn't have these allies.
Absolutely. If I may add, Brijesh, one more thing is that I'm sure the BJP wanted to ensure that people, the voters, quote unquote, don't get swung by the numbers. You have one party versus everybody else, and everybody choosing, I will vote this party, but then everybody votes into different parties. That is all part of one alliance. So to ensure the fact that there is no one set of parties that is taking the numbers away inadvertently without the voter realizing that they're not voting for the BJP, I'm sure the BJP want to have some rear guard action, if I may, and that's probably the reason why they still went to the allies.
Could be. I'm also joined by Dr. Anil Verma. Dr. Verma, you see the result of Bihar. Does it surprise you? Or you think that the results are on the expected lines?
No, Brijesh, I think it is very much on the expected lines, given the fact that Tejasvi has become, a very popular figure in Bihar in this election. And he has been able to, influence a lot of people over there. How that will work in the assembly elections, that is anybody's guess. But certainly we expected that this will have some traction in the parliamentary elections also. So I'm not very much surprised, and that's why the tie-up with Nitish was so very essential. Had this Nitish and BJP tie not been there, things would have been really bad for the BJP. So I think they visualized this thing and went for tie-up with Nitish Kumar. So it doesn't surprise me at all.
I want to ask you one more question, because this is the dominant narrative which is emerging state after state, especially the 2 states which has led BJP down, the state of Maharashtra and Bihar. And the dominant narrative which is emerging is that if BJP would have gone solo, then BJP would have won much more seats than the BJP is winning along with its allies. What do you have to say on that, Dr. Verma?
No, I beg to disagree, Kartikeya, on this. And because you see, sometimes the perceptual things in the public domain are so very important that they play a very dominant role in the determination of your voting behavior. So these are hypothetical questions, of course, what would have happened like this and what would have happened like that. But the number game is so very important. That is, I do not know whether electorally it translates so much for the benefit of yourself, but or the party dominant party, but in the public domain that gives you a psychological strength that so many parties are with you, and especially Tamil Nadu was a very interesting experiment with BJP doing alliance with 9 marginal parties, or in Uttar Pradesh BJP doing alliance with so many other marginal parties in Eastern Uttar Pradesh and already in the Western Uttar Pradesh. So that these small alliances, they might not be so very important electorally, but they are very important so far as the political psychology of the voter is concerned.
Okay. But Mr. Verma, before we move forward, what I really need to understand is this return of LJP. Is it correct on my part to say that this BJP, JDU, HAM and LJP, they are organic votes?
LJP, see, one thing you have to understand, Kartikeya. If you look at pre-assembly, post-assembly situation, it was emerging very clear that the LJP was the original LJP being granted to the uncle, and the nephew was left out in cold by the BJP itself. When it came to forming an alliance before the assembly, before the election, they all realized that it is Chirag Paswan who is drawing the crowd, and that is the reason why they immediately and unceremoniously dumped the uncle and went for the bhatija.
Basically, Chirag got the mantle of
Ramvilas Paswan. It is very clear by the number of
seats. And he's a charismatic leader.
He's a young boy. He's very popular, and I think he's able to retain all the Paswan strongholds or LJP strongholds.
Okay, Dr. Verma.
I think Kartikeya, the one leader I think is a bright spot in Bihar is certainly this gentleman, Paswan, Ramvilas Paswan's son. Because whenever you see him speaking, I find a very good politician in him, whether it be the expression of language or whether it be the expression of ideas, whether it be the expression of even respect for others, this kind of a politician we visualize in Indian politics. And such a variety is very rare. So I think whatever the electoral, coalition has brought to the BJP, out of 5, if he wins, if your trend shows winning 4, that doesn't surprise me at all, because he is a very special type of politician in Bihar, and he is the future, hope of Bihar probably.
I'm also joined by Rishabh Tiwari, spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party. Sunita Oren continues to be with me. Sunita, this figure tells us that the sort of effort which Tejaswi has put, the dividends are not as high as people expected it to be.
Exactly. But still it's better than 2019.
Oh, it's much better than 2019.
RJD has 0.
11 seats. 8
So,
डूबते हुए को तकिए का सहारा.
जी बिल्कुल. When they are counting every seat in every state, right now Mr. Verma was talking about the allies. I can understand when you have allies like JDU, they wanted to have because of the Kurmi votes. Otherwise, if you have allies the way they have done it in UP, then there is a reason that, okay, you need Rajpai, you need Nishad, you need Bhumiyars. So you find some leaders who represent them and have an understanding, and it helps. Like perhaps they have done it for Balia seat 4 days before the polling. But getting people like Shinde and those allies I'm talking about, that doesn't make it doesn't help them. But having said so, in Maharashtra, the other thing that people were talking about was that they wanted a Maratha leader because they were faced with Sharad Pawar. So they got 2 not that strong Maratha leader, and they wanted to cover more regions in Maharashtra and not remain confined to few. So definitely in Bihar, they had no other option but to go with the JDU. So they did it. They did not gain so much. RJD now, they'll take off from here. Congress will take off from here if they can. And let's see how now the opposition has found some space.
Okay, Rishabh Tiwari also joins me, a spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party. Rishabh, I think this data must have made you feel very happy that finally Bhula Bisra ghar aa gaya wapas. उसके साथ दो लोग जुड़े और numbers are pretty good looking up in Bihar. Rishabh.
Thanks for giving me opportunity to be part of this panel discussion. First of all, I would like to thank the people of India who supported in a huge number. And मैं खासकर अगर झारखंड बंगाल की बॉर्डर पे अभी हूँ राइट नाउ आई एम सिटिंग इन बॉर्डर एरिया ऑफ झारखंड एंड वेस्ट बंगाल. जिस तरह का मैंडेट यहाँ पे देखने को मिला एंड डेफिनेटली आई एम श्योर दैट वी आर गोइंग टू क्रॉस मोर देन 350 सीट्स इंडिविजुअली बीजेपी एंड 400 प्लस एज एन एनडीए. सो नो डाउट इन दैट द नैरेटिव जो विपक्ष सेट करके आए दे आर continuously saying nonsense thing like we are going to vanish the Arakshan, we are going to take their Jameen and all, they are misguiding the travels people. तो जिस तरीके का माहौल वो क्रिएट करते आ रहे थे ट्रेवल्स के बीच में या फिर दलितों के बीच में आपका आरक्षण ले लिया जाएगा, आपको आपके जमीन छीन लिए जाएंगे. पिछले 10 सालों से नरेंद्र मोदी जी की गवर्नमेंट है, किसी का 1 इंच भी जमीन छीना क्या नहीं छीना गया है. और इसी झारखंड के हेमंत सोरेन जेल में है जमीन छीनने के आरोप में. तो इस तरह की चीजें ऑलरेडी देश की जनता ने देखा. एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज दैट जो योजनाएं हैं, जो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन हुआ है अंत्योदय मूल मंत्र के साथ जो ग्राउंड लेवल पे गया है वो अगर हम देखेंगे तो
आपने बोला ना ऋषभ कि आप झारखंड और वेस्ट बंगाल की सीमा से बोल रहे हैं, तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी को 12, जेएमएम को 1 मिल रहा है. बीजेपी स्वीपिंग झारखंड. गुड न्यूज. बीजेपी इज डूइंग प्रीटी वेल इन झारखंड.
गुड न्यूज इफ यू विल सी द प्रीवियस रिकॉर्ड. हेलो.
हाँ, गो अहेड, बोलिए. हाँ बोलिए, यू आर ऑडिबल.
डेफिनेटली अगर पिछले बार के आंकड़े हम देखते हैं तो हम 11 सीट पे भाजपा थी, 1 एनडीए हमारे साथ आजसू का मिलके था. इस बार हम 14 सीट जीतने जा रहे हैं और आपके एग्जिट पोल का हम स्वागत करते हैं, लेकिन हमारा अंदरूनी आकलन ये है कि हम 14 के 14 सीट जीतने जा रहे हैं. कोई डाउट नहीं है सर उसमें.
कोई डाउट नहीं है इसमें. व्हाई हैज बीजेपी डन सो वेल जयंतो इन झारखंड?
Going by these numbers, yes, I am also a little surprised because even on the ground, there were certain apprehensions. Whatever right now the BJP may be talking about, but strictly going by these numbers, I would say that just like it happened in Delhi, that the chief, of course, he gave the mantle to someone else before he went to jail. That to come out as a kind of martyr, that did not work out. Like in Delhi, it did not work out in Jharkhand. Also, if you see here, I don't know others who that is, that we will have to see.
It really does, the others don't matter.
No, I think
in context of the others should not matter because the other side is
if it is all
12
Jharkhand
seats.
Students Union, if in that case it will add here.
Okay.
Right?
You know, if I may speak, look at the pattern, right? Arvind Kejriwal inside, BJP sweeps all 7. Hemant Soren inside, BJP sweeps entire.
No, during this exit poll, he is outside.
Well, but he was. I mean, his wife is basically campaigning for him. So what I'm saying is, people believed, obviously, that there was corruption. And I think that went against the chair.
I would slightly differ. You know, I would say that people believed in Prime Minister Modi or repost his faith third time also. Because, you know,
I think that is the
14,
way.
Yeah, 14 also they swept, 19 also they swept, 24 they are also sweeping. So I think the faith in Prime Minister Modi's ability to deliver continues unabated.
Sunita, do you agree with this? You know, this proposition that जब दोनों मुख्यमंत्री अंदर गए तो ये भावना थी लोगों में कि they did something, you know, unreasonable. And people didn't vote for them. It didn't turn into a sympathy wave, you know. There was no sympathy.
No.
And the reason why I'm asking this is, if you read the contemporary accounts of the hesitation demonstrated by Chaudhry Charan Singh, then Home Minister, he could not get Indira Gandhi arrested properly. Because you would get feedback every 15 minutes कि यार इंदिरा जी को उठा लिया तो बहुत sympathy मिलेगी. And he did not do that. And, you know, 10 years, 40 years, 45 years down the line, दो मुख्यमंत्री उठा लिए and there is no sympathy. You know, and you might say, you know, it's a wrong comparison, but it's a comparison indeed.
Yeah, there is comparison, and I really thought that there would be sympathy in Jharkhand, but a colleague of mine told me, no, the BJP is winning all the seats. There is no sympathy for him, especially barring one or two seats where the family has a hold. Otherwise, they said no because Arvind Kejriwal at least had cultivated a vote bank of in Delhi and other places, but Soren was confined to his state only. And I suppose he couldn't, and also Kejriwal came out, and that helped also. The way he came out, first Sanjay Singh came out, then Kejriwal came out, and then the speech that was given, his wife, the role that she was playing, there the family had divided, the Soren's family had divided immediately. So there was a difference, but definitely the sympathy factor did not work.
But I think there's also one thing which I'd like to add, Karthikeya, that in the entire drama we are missing one thing, which is we are continuously looking at corruption, but we are forgetting the biggest spanner, which is Swati Maliwal. I think the Swati Maliwal case,
but Jharkhand?
No, Jharkhand is a different. I'm just talking about Delhi. It's a big spanner called Swati Maliwal, which I think hurt Aam Aadmi Party more than the corruption case itself. And even in the Jharkhand also, even if you go by 2014, 2019, it's not like the other party was a dominant party and BJP was a minor party. It was never the case. We were thinking that sympathy would make a difference. It didn't make a difference. I think the faith or I think the continuity of voting differently in assembly and voting differently in general election continues unabated. Be the state of Jharkhand, be the state of Delhi. Delhi we thought, and Delhi I still believe that there might be one state, the Mahabal Mishra seat and all, they are giving good fight to the BJP. But if we go by what the figures, but if we go by the figure, I think it's very clear that Prime Minister's popularity as the main, there's the main person, Karta Dharta, as far as general election is concerned, continues. He continues to have that kind of faith as far as the electorate of Delhi and Jharkhand is concerned.
But there is one more thing. Yes, I understand that Jharkhand and Delhi dealt with two chief ministers who have been accused by Enforcement Directorate of indulging in corruption. But both of them have been very charismatic chief ministers. Kejriwal is a charismatic chief minister, and Hemant Soren was also a popular chief minister. There was no popular unrest against Hemant Soren. I had been there when he was the chief minister. Hemant Soren was considered to be much better than a much powerful chief minister, Shibu Soren, someone who went to jail straight away from the court during UPA. He has this, I would say, a chip on his shoulder. See, the court se jail gaye the.
But
I don't think any minister has been accorded that treatment. But the fact is that it is also telling us that there is something called Vishwas ki Rajniti. And when it comes into play in context of Modi, it's still working. So the question, Jayanto, is why is it working? 10 years is a long time for anything to work like this.
If this holds true, then he will be the third time Prime Minister, which is like something new in India.
Okay, Rishabh,
but going back to Jharkhand, I just want to make one point that I don't know that if Babulal Marandi, whatever happened that time did not happen, he continued in BJP, then because he still holds a kind of in Jharkhand, he holds a kind of a picture, I would say, that he is the man who did whatever he could do for the state, even today. But in between that, he had to quit BJP, then he said, I'll never join BJP, he returned to BJP. If there are many politics, there are many ifs and buts, so, but still I would say, I do not know, maybe in the state, the assembly situation could have been there. Okay. So what I mean to say that now with Babulal Marandi, I do not know, but I have a feeling to some extent it is once again, if I can put it that way, double engine may have worked.
Double
for the future.
Rishabh wanted to come in. Rishabh.
Sir, actually, if you talk about Aam Aadmi Party or Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, people are totally aware about that, his particular party leaders, that Hemant Soren or Kejriwal not in jail for such any good andolan. They are in jail just because of corruption. So it's totally a popular conversation between the people that they know what is the reason behind the Hemant Soren is in jail. They know he did not take any gold medal and for such a good andolan like his father Shibu Soren, Jharkhand Andolan. INDI Alliance know very well to do how to do corruption and how to make a scene
Rishabh,
and how to want to
Rishabh,
get
if that is
sympathy.
Rishabh, if that is the only yardstick to go by, I think JMM would have done better to join the NDA fold and not suffer the ignominy. We all know, I mean, winning doesn't change the narrative, the real narrative on the ground. You may be winning seats and forming the government and everything is there. But there are corrupt politicians who are accused of corruption by none other than Prime Minister himself. Are you saying that the Prime Minister is lying? That when he said that, that Ajit Pawar is a very corrupt person and, he's accused of this and, 8-10 days later they joined. So I think, there's no, it's personality of Prime Minister which is superseding all other narrative is all right. But please don't give this spiel about corruption and how one party is indulging and how other is not,
Sir, already our Home Minister Amit Shah told that.
Sir, if you are holding Amit Shah bigger than Prime Minister Narendra Modi, I have nothing else to say.
Not a single running case. Not a single running case closed, sir. Already running trial is if any single case is closed regarding that person, then please tell me. Not a single running case.
Question of case closed, boss.
What I want to say
have they been convicted by court? See, I mean, we are not going to discuss this. I know it's not the time, but have they been convicted by court? Prime Minister is saying he's a corrupt guy. Are you going to side with the corrupt guy? Is this what you're saying? Just because the cases are not closed? Come on, yaar.
Let me just add one question to Brijes's question. Are you saying Ajit Pawar lost? The whole party got wiped out because Ajit Pawar is corrupt. Are you accepting that?
Yeah, exactly.
Rishabh?
I would like to tell that every party saying that BJP का washing powder है, BJP का washing machine है. Definitely we are washing machine and our powder name is नीति and नियत.
तो पवार क्यों हार गए?
हमसे जुड़ेगा, राष्ट्रभाव से जुड़ेगा, अंतिम व्यक्ति के विकास से जुड़ेगा. ये स्पष्ट है. There no difference between our ideology. तो ये परिवार और संगत से भी असर पड़ता है. Definitely if you going to sit between the people among जो आपके आसपास बैठ रहे हैं वो क्या विचारधारा रखते हैं उससे भी प्रभाव पड़ता है. डेफिनेटली वो चीजें आपके अंदर इंपैक्ट करती है एंड इसमें से कोई शक नहीं है. इवन आवर होम मिनिस्टर टोल्ड दैट एक भी केसेस क्लोज नहीं होने वाले ना हुए हैं. और जो
ऋषभ ऋषभ
we are going to another state whose you are there. Okay, Rishabh, just second.
Rishabh, you are at the actually Rishabh, you are at the cusp. Jharkhand and West Bengal. So let me go to West Bengal now.
That's a triangle.
Let me go to the West Bengal now. Please play the number. When we talk about that border,
okay,
it's just
that's where you get the best fish. Jayanto. I was there reporting. I can vouch for it. The best fish.
So we had to get the numbers of West Bengal.
I think they are about to play the numbers.
Okay.
So, but I mean, Ajit, it's a very, people fail to understand this thing. That if corruption was the most important thing, majority of these top shot leaders would have been behind bars. Most of these regional satraps are being, being questioned by INDI and other enforcement directorates because of corruption.
Do you think that corruption as an issue behaves differently in South India and behaves differently in North India?
Absolutely. I think you hit the nail on the head over there because I think a lot of voters, specifically in states like Tamil Nadu, they account for a certain level of corruption when any party comes to power, be it the DMK or the AIADMK. They're only point, and I can tell this to you because being born and raised in Chennai, they'll tell you this, that look, we are giving you the leeway to be 25% corrupt, which means that your project cost is 100 rupees. If you corrupt and you take 25 rupees of it, it's fine. Don't take 50 rupees. Don't do that.
Be moderate in corruption.
Yeah, be moderate because we also understand, because I think it's a highly educated audience. They know that there is no official money available for any politician to go fight an election. There is, of course, electoral bonds and other stuff, but traditionally no clean money is available for politicians to splurge in elections, which means a politician needs to make the money only when they come to power. So they will be taking away some money from these projects, infrastructure projects, etc., etc. So certain leeway is given for corruption. It's not a no-go taboo area. For example, cash for votes is called a scam in North India. In South India, that is normalcy. That is how elections are won. So,
But to add to Brijesh, your question that you asked, look at the loss of Ajit Pawar. Pura party wiped out, corrupt guy.
You're missing the big picture. You're missing the big picture right now.
West Bengal,
17 NDA, India 25. Trinamool 25, okay, 25 plus.
BJP, Congress won.
Congress won,
like
TMC 24.
You never know.
TMC gaining.
Isha Khan Chaudhary.
Maybe.
Okay, Jayanto, TMC gaining 2 seats as compared to the last election. 22 seats is what they won last time. TMC winning 24.
very honest reaction, I'm a bit surprised.
Surprised. If I may add to what you're saying, I am willing to put my neck out and say this openly, that either BJP is winning 24 to 26,
okay,
or BJP might be reduced to
Jayanto, now this is your core expertise. There are 4 candidates which people in Delhi would know about. I will not go hyper local. I'd keep it macro. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, Mahua Mitra, Abhishek Banerjee, and Shatrughan Sinha. One by one. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary.
Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary is, it's going to be a very close call because Yusuf Pathan has really made a position for himself, especially since he is from sports. He is a cricketer, everybody knows about it. His brother was also there during the campaign. He has been
Mahua Mitra is winning. Abhishek Banerjee winning.
No, that is, that is a given. I mean, like,
it's a good comeback by Mahua. It's a good comeback by Mahua.
Yeah, it's a 3-time. This will be his 3rd time, so it's a given. I mean, like, no one has even given a second. In fact, the ISF.
Ranjan Chaudhary losing Behram.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Okay. It's a very close fight, and especially because it's a 3-way fight. Because I was talking about Yusuf Pathan, but the doctor, who is from the BJP, he has a larger-than-life picture over there.
He's a very popular person.
He's very popular. Yeah. Even though he's from the BJP, he doesn't ask twice which religion you are from.
It's like kind of Thrissur, where Suresh Gopi is more popular than the party there.
Jayanto, is it sort of an end of the road for Adhir Ranjan's politics in West Bengal?
Not only West Bengal, I mean, like, even...
Yeah, given the kind of spat he had with Mallikarjun Kharge.
He spat with Kharge, spat with Mamta. Do you think it's curtains for Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary? Indeed. Because Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary was promoted by Rahul Gandhi.
Indeed.
He went on to become the leader of Congress party in Lok Sabha. It's a powerful position. And whom did he succeed?
Holding the president.
Whom did he succeed?
West Bengal president also.
Mallikarjun Kharge. He succeeded Mallikarjun Kharge. So do you think it's curtains for him?
Indeed. Absolutely.
Why is Shatrughan Sinha winning from Asansol?
I think he would. He would.
Why?
See, he has a huge popularity over there. Although Mr. Ahluwalia, he is also quite popular. He is from that area itself. But Shatrughan Sinha, despite the fact, see, this time Trinamool is talking about outsiders.
So I'm really sorry, Jayanto. I need to go to Faraz Kidwai. Yeah, we all forgot that spokesperson of Samajwadi Party is with us. Mr. Kidwai?
Mr. Yeah, Kidwai. You are audible.
Yes. So we were discussing West Bengal. The data which we have on our screen clearly tells us that Mamata Banerjee has been able to stop BJP's tide there. In fact, done better than that. Your comments?
Yeah, see, not only Mamata Banerjee, but in Uttar Pradesh, Mr. Akhilesh Yadav will also stop Bharatiya Janata Party. Because, you know, the people of India, and especially in Uttar Pradesh, the people of Uttar Pradesh especially has picked up very early that BJP will change the constitution and will take away the reservation of the SC, ST and OBC. Because right from Dibruto Roy till their member of parliament, Dallu Singh and all, they were saying that they will change the constitution. So the people of Uttar Pradesh, the people of country, especially SC, ST and OBC, they were behind the India Alliance across India, I would say, but especially in Uttar Pradesh. So whatever is being done, whatever is coming out in West Bengal, you'll be surprised to see that in Uttar Pradesh also we will be winning around 60 seats as far as India Alliance is concerned. So it's not a surprise. Mamata Banerjee has done a very well done job in West Bengal, and at the same time in Uttar Pradesh also you will see the same results.
In Uttar Pradesh, we are going to see the same result. Even, you know, last time when you fought, you had Bahenji with you, but even then, you know, you were not able to pass that 50% mark. Now you are fighting alone. How will you pass that 50% mark? 50 to 60% of seats in Uttar Pradesh, BJP is getting 50% of votes, 45 to 50%. That's way up. Mr. Kidwai?
See, I will tell you, the Bharatiya Janata Party's graph right from 2014 is going down. If you compare the elections of assembly and parliament, as far as the eastern part of the Uttar Pradesh are concerned, where elections have happened today only, so there are around 130 assembly seats in eastern part of the Uttar Pradesh, consisting of 26 parliamentary seats. So if you see, in 2017, BJP has got 87 seats, but it has come down in 2022 and it came down to 64. And we were fighting alone because the public of Uttar Pradesh, the voter of Uttar Pradesh, the men, women, children, youth are behind Samajwadi Party, because the people of Uttar Pradesh has understood that Akhilesh Yadav and India Alliance can only defeat Bharatiya Janata Party in Uttar Pradesh. So, as I already told you, that SC and the core voter of the Bahujan Samaj Party has come with.
We have not announced our results, you know. So you have jumped the gun. I did not announce the results of Uttar Pradesh, but nonetheless, we are on West Bengal. Is South and North behaved in a similar way as per the exit poll?
Usually not. The areas that you are talking about right now, the western part of West Bengal, that is the border with the Jungle Mahal, as it is called. What I was thinking, my assumption was that they will.
That's where the famous Naxalite attack took place.
Correct, absolutely, absolute. Jhargram area over there. Purulia, Bankura, Jhargram, West Midnapur, these are that particular area, close to Odisha as well as Jharkhand. So my what I was thinking is that they will lose Jhargram, the Lok Sabha seat, and they may lose Midnapur. But on the other hand, I was thinking 2 other seats from East Midnapur that will go to them, because that is influenced by the Adhikari family. And I was also thinking about a few Arambagh and all that, that is why my assumption was it will be something between say around 16 to 21. So anyway, 17 is there. But just I will add one rider here. In the last 3 rounds of elections, last 3 phases, if you notice, you will see that these top guns of the BJP, the candidates, they were kind of bottled up. They were facing lots of, they were surrounded, they were facing kind of protests and all that. They were not able to move around freely. So therein lies that particular, political process that goes on in West Bengal.
Which we see in other states where the opposition parties are at the receiving end.
This is here
it is the other way.
Yeah, and that is happening. Left
BJP
also
hasn't done very badly.
It's happening left also.
It is not a
one seat.
I think it's a matter of rhetoric. BJP has
just
not
lost 1 seat in West Bengal.
They have not.
I think they have lost Hooghly also.
See,
that means
it's not about how well they have performed. It was about expectation. The idea was that BJP will fight elections in a way which will make unsustainable for Mamata to be chief minister in the next assembly elections.
And Kartikeya, this is the reason I'm still saying that either it is BJP is going to do this or be in
what it does is it tells us that Mamata is there to stay. So now before we go to the big gun,
the main dessert,
as Krishna had said, the main dessert, there are a couple of whites which are waiting to be played. So I'll play out those white and then we'll fire the big gun.
Well, these are exit polls. If you recollect, they didn't even give Congress a chance in Karnataka earlier. Let us wait for जनता का पोल देखेंगे. 4 तारीख को जब काउंटिंग होगा, तब असली पोलिंग का डेटा आएगा. जनता किसको दिया है आशीर्वाद, तब पता चलेगा. So we are supremely confident. We have spoken about progressive politics. We have spoken about how we will get economic stability into households. We have spoken about employment. We have spoken about how we will reduce economic inequality, what kind of foreign policy we will have. We have spoken about progressive ideas that will build the nation for the next couple of decades. So I'm sure that the people of India have voted for the India bloc.
Third term of Modi government, what do you have to say?
I think you've all been predicting this for such a long time. What's new? I mean, I think that very frankly, we have been traveling throughout the country campaigning. We also have a sense of what the reality is on the ground. We're very happy to wait and see what the votes actually tell us. I mean, exit polls are deeply unscientific. We all know this. I think last year, the majority of exit polls got the results wrong in Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. These happen. I mean, so to my mind, what we are interested in is the real poll. That is the ballots, the votes of Janta Janardhan, which is going to determine our political future. So today is the first. We'll wait till the 4th and then we can talk. Thank you. I am. I am quite confident that that is not going to be the case. I don't believe that. I've not seen these polls because I've been on stage at the function that you've been here for. But I can say that, to my mind, the only poll that matters is what actually went into the machines when people press the button. And I think we'll have to see those before we come to any reaction. I don't see the BJP gaining much ground in the south. All accounts are they will lose significantly in Karnataka, and they certainly won't gain in either Tamil Nadu or Kerala. But again, let's wait. We'll find out soon enough in 3 days' time. Thank you very much.
400 की ओर जा रहा है, वो 2-5 सीट इधर उधर हो सकता है, लेकिन 400 के आसपास ही हमारी सीट रहेगा। और बंगाल में पिछले टाइम जो सीट आया था 2018 में, उसमें उससे ज्यादा सीट मिलेगा और टीएमसी से हमारा आंकड़ा आगे रहेगा।
मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे कह रहे कि 295 सीट इंडिया अलायंस।
वो तो छोड़ दीजिए, उसका वो तो उसको उनको 4 तारीख सुबह 8 बजे तक ये सब बात बोलना ही चाहिए, नहीं तो काउंटिंग में कोई नहीं जाएगा। काउंटिंग में काउंटिंग एजेंट जाने के लिए बहुजन समाज पार्टी को भी बोलना पड़ेगा, हम लोग 200 सीट में जीत रहा है।
पूरा देश और देश में रहने वाला प्रत्येक नागरिक यही कह रहा है कि फिर एक बार मोदी सरकार, अब की बार 400 पार। और ये आवाज एक दिन में खड़ी नहीं होती। 10 वर्षों में जो विश्वास नरेंद्र मोदी जी के प्रति पैदा हुआ है, और ये विश्वास तब होता है जब इनकी कथनी और करनी में फर्क नहीं होता। चाहे गरीब हो, बुजुर्ग हो, किसान हो, युवा हो, हर वर्ग और देश का हर कोना हो, जहां भी जाते हैं सबके मुंह पे एक ही बात, अब की बार बोलते ही आवाज आती है 400 पार। और ये 400 पार इसलिए कि पिछले 10 वर्षों में आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में जो काम हुआ है वो अकल्पनीय। 60 वर्षों की तुलना में 10 वर्ष भारी दिखाई देते हैं। देश के विकास के साथ सांस्कृतिक उत्थान, देश की सीमाओं की सुरक्षा के साथ हमारे जवानों के हौसला अफजाई, हर क्षेत्र में जिस प्रकार से काम हुआ है वो अतुलनीय है। इसलिए अब की बार 400 पार का यह नारा फिर एक बार मोदी सरकार में तब्दील होगा और एक प्रचंड बहुमत के साथ नरेंद्र मोदी जी फिर से तीसरी बार प्रधानमंत्री बनेंगे। आज मतदान हो गया। इस मतदान के सभी चरणों की पूरे होने के बाद स्पष्ट दिखाई दे रहा है कि 4 जून का देश इंतजार कर रहा है और 4 जून को 400 पार का नारा निश्चित रूप से पार्टी का नहीं, ये जन जन का नारा है और यही जन जन की आवाज बन चुका है। यही 400 पार में तब्दील कर रहा है।
एग्जिट पोल में सभी एजेंसियों का जो सर्वे आ रहा है, सभी में एनडीए को 350 सीट के आसपास सीटें मिलेगी, ऐसा एक पॉजिटिव सर्वे आ रहा है एग्जिट पोल में। तो यही होने वाला था कि फिर से तीसरी बार प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी बनेंगे और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ बाकी अलायंस जो एनडीए की पार्टी है वो बहुमत प्राप्त करेगी और एनडीए की सरकार बनेगी। देखिए, एक 400 का नारा एक लक्ष्य था हमारा और एक कॉन्फिडेंस भी था, क्योंकि पिछले 10 साल में हमने जो काम किया है, हमने जो वादे निभाए हैं, हमने देश की तरक्की की है, दुनिया भर में भारत की प्रतिष्ठा बढ़ाई है और एक ईमानदार शासन मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में देश को मिला है। ये उसके कारण एक हमारा कॉन्फिडेंस था, एक नारा बन गया 400 पार, तो वो उसके नजदीक ही हम पहुंचे हैं।
The Congress party obviously doesn't know its arithmetic. Even if they add all the digits that they're talking about, that will not be their tally. The Bharatiya Janata Party is on its way to victory under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi. The way his schemes have percolated down to the poorest of poor, one thing is apparent, Jo jeeta wohi Sikandar, that the jeet is clearly that of Narendra Modi ji. We're very happy that this hat-trick and this pro-incumbent vote is a mandate of the people of India, 140 crore Indians who repose their faith in the most hard-working, honest Prime Minister ever, called Narendra Modi ji. देखिए, एग्जिट पोल्स हमेशा एग्जैक्ट पोल नहीं होता है, लेकिन हम एग्जिट पोल का आदर सम्मान करते हैं, लेकिन जैसे हम कहते हैं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने जिस ढंग से मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में काम किया है और मोदी जी ने जो 10 साल में काम किया है लाभार्थियों के लिए, वो स्पष्ट रूप से एक चीज प्रकट करता है कि जो जीता वही सिकंदर, और ये बार जीत है भारतीय जनता पार्टी का। हैट्रिक है, कोई एंटी इनकम्बेंसी नहीं, प्रो इनकम्बेंसी, क्योंकि हमारा मैन ऑन द मिशन, उनका नाम है नरेंद्र मोदी।
I'm joined by Mukesh Tyagi, spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party, Abhinandita Dayal Mathur, spokesperson Aam Aadmi Party, and Amrit Gill, spokesperson Congress Party. I'll straight away go to Mukesh Tyagi, spokesperson BJP. Sir, are you satisfied with the results of West Bengal?
I'm absolutely satisfied with the results in West Bengal. I mean, we are going to make a clean sweep. Last time we had a fairly dominant position
I said exit
Bengal.
poll results.
Exit polls results, I've not seen your numbers, but we are expecting anywhere 25,
but my number says 17 to you and 24 to TMC.
No, that's absolutely wrong, because we have got a ground report. I was in Calcutta myself, and I traveled around across length and breadth of West Bengal, and I have spoken to the people on the ground, and there is overwhelming support, and there is a counter to the tyranny unleashed by Mamata Banerjee, and they can see that twin engine government will be beneficial in the long term. Look at the way Sandesh Khali atrocities happened in that. So there is a huge impact, and Mamata Banerjee is suffering from a very acute anti-incumbency factor. I think her time has come for a grand exit, like CPM got exited. So it's like history repeats itself, and I'm very sure that Mamata Banerjee will be soon shown the exit door, and Bharatiya Janata Party will be again re-establishing its supremacy in West Bengal. God knows what will happen in the assembly elections. I'm sure BJP will win there as well.
Okay, let me go across to Ms. Amrit Gill, spokesperson Congress. It seems TMC is doing well. There is solace for the Congress.
Yes. TMC, I'm not satisfied with the exit polls, and because whatever it's being shown, I don't believe that
मैडम 1 करोड़ लोगों का सैंपल है ये। मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि हर चीज सही हो जाती है एग्जिट पोल की, पर इसका सैंपल साइज 1 करोड़ लोगों का है।
Out of 140 crores, it's 1 crore. Doesn't mean that we can.
मैडम मुझे एक चीज बताइए, मैडम एक चीज बताइए, किसने 2 करोड़ का सैंपल किया है? ये हाईएस्ट है अभी का। This is the highest. But anyway, you put your point across. ठीक है, you put your point across.
India Alliance is going to form a government. We are crossing 295 seats all over, and in West Bengal also the things will not be the same which is being shown right now.
Acha.
Hope is a good breakfast but bad supper.
Okay, Abhinandita, I know you are not in play in West Bengal, but you are part of the larger rubric of India Alliance. Any thoughts on West Bengal?
Clearly the mandate is against the BJP. I think that is how we should read it. And most certainly, I think that, given what the exit polls and the different exit polls are saying different things, I truly believe that, and I've been on the ground, though not in West Bengal, obviously, but I think the mandate has been very clear that the people of this country are very, very tired of negative politics. I think that, and they are concerned about their well-being, they're concerned about their, naukri, kharcha, and so on. So I think, unfortunately, what we want to see, what the BJP is in denial of right now, is whether or not the people of India are going to win. So let's see, but honestly, not my place to talk about West Bengal. I'm not very aware.
I know, not your place to talk about West Bengal. So I come back to Jayanto. We'll stay put on West Bengal. A lot of people are reaching out to us on, social media. Why has Mamata, as per the poll, if I say this like bang on, is able to hold on to her own vote and stop BJP? What must or what has worked as per the poll for Mamata?
There are a number of reasons, but you know what? Before I answer that question, is jeet mein bhi haar hai Mamata ki? Why I say this? She has always spoken about so-called outsiders. Bangla mein kehte hai bahiragato. And look here, if I go by your numbers, in that case, the 3 bahiragatos, the outsiders, they are winning. Number 1, you mentioned about Asansol. Number 2, you mentioned about Murshidabad. And number 3, we also have our Kirti Azad. Bardhaman. So which means that what she had been talking about, the outsiders can make a difference in favor of the West Bengal politics or West Bengal political party. But coming back to your question, if you look here, this mainly means that CAA also has not worked.
Yeah. This also means Sandesh Khali has also not worked.
That's sad. That's the sad part. But Boshirhat, if you see Sandesh Khali a part of it, but Boshirhat has had a bigger politics to play. Because I think the BJP should have chosen the candidate well, rather than a particular woman who was wrong over there. My sympathies with her. But in politics, you have to think of other things also. So CAA, why I am saying this, that there are at least 3. One is, you just saw, Mahua Moitro is winning, as per your predictions. So there also, there should have been some kind of impact of CAA. So these are the 2 things that I see right now. Why? That Mamta, if you see, she has played a very, what should I say, very well thought card. She started with going alone. Many people said what you're doing is wrong. But if you see local politics, she had to prove a point that I made a mistake by holding the, but if you remember, Mamta rose holding the hands of BJP. Yeah. She was in NDA. When she first formed the Trinamool Congress, the first ally was with the NDA. That's when she rose.
But she was the rail minister.
From 7 seats she got in 2000 when the Vajpayee government she joined. You are right, as the coal minister, railway minister. So she had to prove, because she has a considerable number of minority voters. And especially there are many districts wherein they are majority. The minority is in majority. As I was saying, it may be Isha Khan Chaudhary also, whose father was the sitting MP for South's Malda. So he was in North, he lost, now he is contesting in his father's place. These are all Murshidabad. These are all where the minorities are in majority. To hold on to that vote, she split with the BJP. And she had to show that I am not pally with the Congress either. Because the Congress, she moved out of the Congress with her colleagues to form the Trinamool Congress, because she said there is no inertia within the Bengal Congress. They are not standing up against the communists. And that is how she walked it. Since the time that Rajiv Gandhi was there, she was with Congress. They had a very good rapport with each other, and she got help over there. But she could not go with the local leaders over there. Well, communist I don't have to say, because she is the person who is the architect behind it. So she played a very good card wherein she showed I am on my own. And if you see in the last 2 phases, she even went away. I mean, no, I should not say went away, but kind of said, I am here, I'll stay with you. I am not going to Delhi. Yeah. Our support will be outside support. Didi will be with her bhais and bones and everything in West Bengal. So I am here, I'll stay with you. That is, and today, surprisingly, I don't think there was any representation from the Trinamool Congress.
Yeah, it doesn't look like, yeah.
Doesn't
at
look
least
like.
Not any leader of note.
I think the Punjab numbers have come. Let's play out the Punjab numbers. The numbers have started to come. Very soon we'll have the numbers from Uttar Pradesh also. So let us go to Punjab. 3 seats to BJP, 5 to Congress, 3 to Aam Aadmi Party, 1 to Shiromani Akali Dal, 1 to Independent. You know, that's a... I'm very surprised for Bharatiya Janata Party to get 3 seats.
Indeed.
A party...
Indeed.
No, 3 plus 1, 4 is like, yeah.
I mean to say, for one simple reason, because BJP wasn't single digit. Hindu party bola jata hai Punjab mein usse.
Indeed.
It functions very differently. You know, I'm also joined by Amrit Gill, spokesperson, Congress. Amrit, are you satisfied with this number? 5, 3, 8 seats, that's it. You guys should have swept Punjab.
They're fighting separately.
I'm quite surprised with the BJP number, because BJP is not going to not going to get even a single seat in Punjab, because I come from Punjab. I know the sentiments of Punjabi people, and BJP is not going to get even a single seat. And what about the other numbers also? Congress is not going to get 5, it's higher than 5, because it's India Alliance is going to get the maximum 12.
I correct myself. You're not fighting together in Punjab, you're fighting in Delhi. So by mistake I said it.
Yeah, separately.
You're fighting separately. By mistake I said it, but which means that it worked for the BJP's benefit.
Aadmi Party and Congress, like Congress will get 7 seats at least in Punjab. Minimum, I'm telling that Congress is going to get minimum and BJP is not going to get a single seat from Punjab.
ये कौन सी सीट हो सकती हैं? Okay, you're saying minimum 7 seats.
Kartikeya, I would like to add one more thing, that that the brunt of farmers' agitation, the maximum brunt of farmer agitation was felt in Punjab.
That is why the SAD also had...
Exactly. And that is the SAD also distanced itself from the BJP. And the fact is that we've seen several videos where the Congress leaders were not even allowed to campaign. And
even
they were
Haryana,
chased away.
both.
Even Ravneet Singh Bittu and all, the videos were doing the round. And
absolutely.
I personally feel that the Congress, where people were giving Aam Aadmi Party more seats than Congress. I've been maintaining right from day one that the Congress will get more seats than what is being projected here as far as Punjab is concerned.
Okay, just for the sake of numbers, if you take a look at 2019, you had Congress winning 8 seats,
exactly.
BJP winning 2, Shiromani Akali Dal winning 2, and Aam Aadmi Party winning 1. So in that sense, Aam Aadmi Party is technically progressing when it comes to this particular election.
Yeah.
And Congress sort of maintaining its hold as last time around. And this comes to the state elections. It's actually a great comeback for the Congress Party.
इस सवाल का जवाब दीजिए. That's a good question. That's a good question. Amrit.
Yes, come again.
Krishna, can you ask this question?
Right. You had the Congress Party winning 8 seats in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections and the Aam Aadmi Party just winning 1. In that sense, the Aam Aadmi Party is increasing its tally this time around, whereas the Congress is actually,
kind of holding on or adding one.
Kind of holding on, but it's good that Congress is able to hold on.
We need to, when Congress got 8 member parliament seats, we have 88 assembly MLAs also. Right now, the number of MLAs are 18, and if we are maintaining that 7 to 8 member parliament seats, then it's quite good. Congress is doing very well, and we are at the same pace. We are getting the same number of seats. And Aam Aadmi Party, as they have 92 MLAs, and still they are going to get 3 or 4 seats, then performance is not as good as if we compare with the Congress.
ठीक है. Amrit, Mukesh Tyagi from BJP, Abhinandita Dayal Matru, both from Aam Aadmi Party are with us. Abhinandita, first to you. The numbers in Punjab?
Well, I think these numbers are a bit underwhelming in the sense that I have actually just come back from Punjab this morning, and I think that the Aam Aadmi Party is in a much better place than what is shown. Honestly, it's very difficult, I feel, to understand how Punjab will vote. There are many barriers in Punjab from language.
I think that's a pretty honest answer, Abhinandita, as a spokesperson, to say that it's difficult to decipher how Punjab is going to vote.
But let me ask a question. When you are in alliance with Congress in Delhi, you're getting wiped off. When you are against each other, the performance is not wonderful. BJP still wins 3. So both the strategies, which would you prefer next time? In alliance, in Haryana, let's say, in the assembly polls that are coming up, or do you want to contest against each other, trying to prevent the BJP from emerging as a bigger player?
Well, first thing first, I would completely rule out BJP getting 3 seats in Punjab. It's out of question. The kind of dislike people have for the BJP in Punjab is very peculiar to Punjab. I don't see any inroads for the BJP in Punjab, perhaps in vote share, which is not, which does not translate to a seat necessarily. As about your question on the alliance and our strategy, look, we've said it very categorically, and the Congress spokesperson will also agree that for all of us, it was not important whether it is the Aam Aadmi Party or the Congress Party. Wherever an alliance made sense to us to collectively fight, we've done that, and we've honestly also fought against each other in Punjab, which is a good sign for federal democracy. I don't see any problem in that, and I think. Yeah, but I do think that it is out of question that the BJP will get 3 seats in Punjab.
So I think BJP, they are all united.
I have only one question to ask.
BJP unites them.
Krishna, we need to put the Haryana thing, and then we can go back to them. Let's put the Haryana numbers.
We have the Haryana numbers and
8.
Well.
Mukesh Tyagi ji, do you agree with this number? Haryana 8 to BJP, 2 to Congress.
I think we should be exceeding this number in Haryana, because right now our situation is pretty strong in Haryana, and we have seen
there are only 10 seats in Haryana, and you are getting 8.
I know that. So So this is a fairly impressive number. I'm very happy that you have predicted, despite the fact many people in the beginning, when there was a change of guard happened from Mr. Khattar to the new chief minister, then they said there is going to be a discontentment. The Jats are very unhappy. The farmers very unhappy. There are different lobbies working, and Congress is, Mr. Huda is becoming very, very strong. So I think you have defied all these expectations, and this reflects a true mood of Haryana voters. I'm very happy. I'm saying that 8 is a pretty good number, but it can be 9 as well.
Okay.
Okay, so and also the only question here at this stage is which part of Haryana is BJP losing? The 2 seats that the BJP is losing this time, because it was a clean sweep in 2019 for the BJP. 10 on 10. And 2014 as well.
I think Rohtak is one seat.
Rohtak and Sirsa, I think.
Rohtak and Sirsa. Rohtak and Sirsa. I think
and in fact, if you go by the internal assessment, and like if you compare also many other pollsters which have done the poll, which have doing a poll of polls, they are giving somewhere in the range of 3 to 4 seats, which is a pretty impressive performance by the Congress
BJP
party.
Getting 8 seats, it means that in Haryana, that Jat non-Jat divide that has to some extent worked.
Yeah,
maybe yes.
Again,
they took a risk. They removed the president, the state president over there. They had to change guards. The chief minister had to be changed at the last moment. So they played with that OBC bringing and that non-Jat. I think if going by again the caveat that going by your this data that you are putting out, I think it has worked.
It has worked, Doctor.
And if Sirsa, if you are saying that Rohtak and Sirsa
both,
so no, going by again the caveat, going by the guess, which means that the division within the Congress, so both have 1 each.
Yeah, Kumari Shailja and Huda.
Yes.
If you go by Rohtak and
the joke in the Congress is that Bhupinder Singh Huda ki fight Sangh se hai Haryana mein, which is Randeep Singh Surjewala.
The initials.
Okay, RSS. I'm also Dr. Verma. Dr. Verma is back with us. Dr. Verma, the Punjab, it's split. Haryana, it's 8-2. The same line, by very minimal loss for BJP in Haryana.
I think Haryana surprises me actually.
Really?
Because the kind of politics that was projected and the kind of discontentment that was seen in the media, there was a perception that Haryana BJP may not do so very well. But if they are still winning 8 seats out of 10, that shows that they have been able to, cool down people's temperature over there or whatever the factors were there. But in Punjab, certainly BJP was this time expected to do a little better, and that's what your figures they are showing.
But what about Punjab, sir? BJP gets 3 seats. Last time it got 2 seats.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That BJP was not expecting in the light of a farmer protest and other things, the kind of things they were there in Punjab and the performance of AAP in the assembly elections. It was expected that the separation between Akali Dal and the BJP. It was not very much expected that the BJP, as the spokesperson of other parties, they are telling that the BJP may not get a single seat. That was a perception created, but it's still, if you're in your, survey and exit poll, it says BJP winning 3 seats. That's quite, surprising to all of us.
Okay, fair enough. Let me go across to Amrit Gill. Amrit, Haryana, the sort of expectation which Congress had from the state, I don't think the exit polls are showing that. The internal assessment was that at least 5 seats will be wrested by the Congress party. But you are back to 2, and these are the 2 seats, Sirsa and Rohtak.
No. It's like you need to understand Haryana and Punjab, they both worked. They were the maximum affected due to farm agitations. And it's like, I think you have reversed India and BJP number of seats. Because I was wondering, I was there in Haryana interiors, moving everywhere, doing the campaigns, and the sentiments of people are against BJP. And Congress is definitely going to get 6 to 7 seats, at least minimum number of seats. And I am not satisfied with the numbers. I think you have reversed the India seat with the BJP. This is what I can see.
I have not reversed anything. I have not touched this data. So, I am not liable for anything. I have not reversed anything.
Okay,
these are Himachal numbers.
We have Himachal numbers. A repeat of 2019 again. A repeat of 2019 again. We are 4-0, 4-0 for the BJP.
So the question is, why are hill states behaving like this? You know, there used to be a tradition in hill states, they would alternate. But in Lok Sabha, why are they behaving like this? Sweeps.
Well, I see the most important factor, if you look across the country and then the states, are that it is the Modi factor which is driving the BJP's growth. What I find interesting happening is that if you're looking at the other side, Congress seems to be doing better than last time. Yeah. We haven't added up all the seats. So basically, the national parties are emerging. BJP, of course, on a wave, Modi wave, but the Congress also doing better at the cost of smaller parties.
And I think this time also, Ajit, they've also done a realistic assessment. And that is also helping them. Like in the case of Uttar Pradesh, earlier they would say that, you know, we need 40 seats or we need 50 seats and you know, not settle less. But this time they have easily gone and settled for 17 seats. Same is the case with Bihar, contesting less, but, you know, having a more conversion rate rather than contesting more and ending up being a burden on the smaller, powerful regional parties.
So you're saying basically higher strike rate, and then you pull allies together. With yourself.
Absolutely.
Or is it because of the fact that both are military states, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and the sort of personality which Prime Minister evoke, someone, you know, Desh ki baat, Sena ki baat, Fauj ki baat. If you recall the imagery which he projected, Fauj ke saath Diwali, Fauj ke saath, it's, you know, the way in 2019, unfortunately, when Bipin Rawat passed away, those before the election, his cutouts came. So this new, which was in a benign form during Vajpayee, is a pretty aggressive strain of politics in Modi, isn't that?
Yes, quite possible. The other reason, of course, is the fact that despite the fact that the Congress won the Himachal Assembly polls last year, the Sukhu government has not been performing.
They barely managed to save themselves.
Exactly. Every day in the capital we're hearing that the government is going to fall. So, you know, they didn't deliver. I mean, with the way they came up, I mean, everyone thought that this is a Congress upswing state like Karnataka, but they just failed to perform in Himachal. And that means our favorite actress has won.
I
wouldn't agree with
but the queen becomes another queen. The queen of the hill.
Yeah, Kangana Ranaut.
So Rani ne Raja ko hara
and
diya.
not only that, she has beaten the most powerful candidate from Mandi. Right?
I think, you know, I mean
the Thakur leader.
there is also chatter on the ground that that seat still is like, you know, a bit dicey.
Rani ne Raja ko hara diya.
Yeah, I agree with Brijesh over there. I've spoken to a lot of people from Himachal. They're saying that whatever happens, the only doubtful seat in the whole of Himachal is the Mandi seat.
But her topi, I think.
So you have to hold your feelings till then.
Yeah, till the 4th of June.
Till 4th of June.
Mr. Tyagi, it's a sweep for Bharatiya Janata Party in Himachal Pradesh.
Absolutely. I think Himachal Pradesh